All right, right on time every time. Within the first 60 seconds of planned. With Ed Beard Jr. and Destiny Beard.
Hi.
Helping with the festivities tonight.
Woo.
So I'll give you the honors, Ed. You want to tell them what we're in store for at the top of the show and throughout?
Yes. Okay. So to begin with, guys, we're taking advantage of this celebration of the year since the Dragonlord appeared and was available to at least pre-order and stuff like that. And then, of course, at Gen Con, the big debut. And we're celebrating it through raising money for children, especially injured and sick children, through Ronald McDonald House. Every year, I take what was the Dragonlord in great condition. Unfortunately, the Dragonlord's rear end is not doing as well anymore, thanks to a drunk driver that smashed me last week. But normally we take that van and go up to Syracuse Nationals, and that's where I do the big fundraiser for Ronald McDonald House. So unfortunately, because the van has been destroyed and I have to fix it, I'm not going to be able to do that. So I said, where else can I possibly raise some money? And I thought, what better way to do it than to take advantage of this celebration of a year with the Dragonlord, one of the greatest moments in my life, my daughter's life. I mean, having to be at Gen Con and see lines wrapped around the building, and having signed literally 85% of every box that was sold, I autographed and personal, not the box, but the cards inside. So we knew they were real fans, not just the flippers. So having that knowledge that how successful this product was then, and now looking at, well, how can I possibly raise money? So I figured, hey, kill two birds with one stone, right? Tonight we're gonna auction off 4 signed and numbered limited edition out of 700 Dragonlord boxes. Woo! With the foils, which of course I've opened the boxes in order to sign the card. These boxes were signed with the default Dragonlord regular card, non-foil, all of them. However, any person that wins the bidding tonight will get any cards they want signed. They can have no less than the 1 card of the Dragonlord common, the Dragonlord non-foil, but they can get all the cards signed. We'll be in touch with them after and communicate about that. Mm-hmm. So 4 boxes, each one with a special foil. And yes, we do have, first up, we're going to do the Dragonlord foil himself as the first offering for the auction to raise money for Ronald McDonald House. 100% of everything that you donate and you bid for will go directly to Ronald McDonald House, because you're going to be sent to their site and you're going to make the payment there. You're going to put in the comment line that it was Ed Beard Jr. Brush Fest. We're going to put all that information in a comment from my daughter, so you'll know what to do. Yeah. But basically, when you go to the Ronald McDonald website, which we have the link for, and we'll be sharing that, you will be able to enter it'll say, how did you hear about us, or why are you inspired? Yeah. And you'll say Ed Beard Jr. Brush Fest, because that's the name of the event that we do up in Syracuse, New York, every year with the car show. It's called Brush Fest, where all of the top airbrush and pinstripers in the world gather to raise money for Ronald McDonald House. So tonight, everything that we're offering is going to Ronald McDonald House. So I'm really hoping my fans, who have been so good to us and so supportive through the last year and before that, will hop on this and really think about that. Not only that, we're going to be offering them, in some cases, about 50% of the current market value. And as you know, Mike, we talked with Steve from Philosopher Cards, and we asked him to give us the exact valuations of the most recent sales of the sealed box, not even the limited edition ones, that there is only, less than 10% of the market that was already small to begin with. So these technically should be a lot more money than what's being sold right now as a sealed box, because of all the extra service, the videotaping, the signing, and all that stuff. But we're gonna open the bidding on these as we talked about. So like, for instance, the first box, the Dragonlord box, we're going to open bidding at $445, which is the retail that I sell my boxes for on my website. Okay. It's been up there since the beginning. So that's a huge deal, because you're not only getting the limited edition box with all the cards potentially signed if you want it, plus the foil of the Dragonlord. That's an awesome opening to start the bidding. So Destiny, would you please enter in a comment the actual link on how they're going to pay for it? This way, Mike, you can have it, and you'll be able to send that out if you get any inquiries, because you can pin the comment. I can't.
Yeah. Okay. So and I want to touch on one thing we've glossed on there. Today is 1 year to the day that Team Covenant ran the initial sale of the Dragonlord product, which sold out in at most 2 hours. It was like super fast, maybe less than 2 hours. That's what set the frenzy in motion. And then I was looking, as you were talking, I was looking at the dates, trying to remember when was Gen Con 2025, and it was July 31st to August 3rd. So this was like 2-3 weeks preceding Gen Con. And then people went nuts at Gen Con, as you say, wrapped around the room waiting to buy your product. It was,
and the Team Covenant thing got inspired because of 3 weeks before that, May 2nd, we did the Dragonlord sweepstakes with TCG Player.
Yep.
So that got a huge amount of attention. That's really what launched the whole awareness to the general public outside of my own collectors. Then they followed it up with 3 more articles, one after another, week after week, building up to Gen Con. So by the time Team Covenant's event happened, we had already had 2 articles talking about it, showcasing the art. And as I was told by TCG Player, they had never had so many hits. It was like exploding. And it was because the public loved the art. They loved what they saw. They got an idea about what the game was. But I really did nail the specific interests of different generations, because the pieces that they featured, one was very old school Magic looking. The other one was very Yu-Gi-Oh style and maybe a little bit of Digimon, but it had that flair that was at an item. And then what was the other? There was
Celestis.
Celestis, that's right.
Yeah.
Celestis was appealing to high fantasy.
Yeah.
So I kind of covered everything when they did that. And I knew on my end, because I was getting emails constantly up to that Team Covenant thing. Then it came down to, I sent all my collectors, which I have, 4,000 on a mailing list, regulars of mine. And I sent them to Team Covenant. So I just said, hey, they've been waiting for 2 years. They knew about this for 2 years. And they're like, we want to get in on it. So yeah, nice. It was the perfect storm. But hopefully we can have the perfect storm tonight. The storm. And sell these amazing Dragonlord boxes, limited editions.
So the first one, we're gonna do the boxes first. There's 4 boxes. Ed's opened the boxes, so we know which foil is being offered. The first box has the big hit, the Dragonlord Avatar, which right out of the gate, as I recall that. So it's box number, it's number 240, what is it? 246.
246.
246.
Number to 700. Yep. So serialized and signed by Ed. The Dragonlord is the big hit right out of the gate. I think that was like, the card was worth a few $100 like immediately. And now it's like a $1,000 card.
Correct.
Based on, info we got from Steve from recent sales and whatnot. And there's a guy in my Discord today said one sold for $999. So we already have 2 bids, 450 and 669 at the high.
Excellent. Thank you so much, guys. So Destiny's going to be keeping track of these so that Mike and I can talk about other things, because we are going to start. We'll talk about the art. We'll talk about all kinds of cool announcements. And
so I did post the link for the charity. I think it showed up in the chat. It shows it on my end. I don't know if you see it.
Yeah. So Mike, grab that link, because that's the link that they're going to have to go to. Destiny, did you put the instructions in it as well? Okay, great. So that's all you need to pin, Mike, for the auction for now. And everybody will know what to do.
Type it in there again, Destiny. Maybe there's just a lag, but I'll grab it and I'll show it on the screen.
Okay. Also, they get to choose how many cards of the full remaining cards to be signed. Like I have my contract with EC is that I have to at least sign 1, and there's the one that I sign. So that's the Dragonlord. But they can have all the remaining cards signed, or none of them other than the Dragonlord. So it's entirely up to them.
I'm gonna send it to Mike. I'm gonna send it to you directly, because I don't think YouTube's allowing me to post it.
Yeah, it might be that, because it's a link. So she'll messenger you that information.
All right, that works.
Do you want to use mine?
Yes, let me see your phone. That makes it so much easier.
Okay, here.
Let's try this.
Whose phone are you taking? All of them.
There you go. Also, in addition to the 4 boxes, we've got those canvases that you see in the back.
Yeah.
We've got Ignis Rex. These are 18 by 24. They're signed. Wow. We have the Vaten Draconis, Moonsong Talagalum, but we also have Celestis.
Nice.
As a canvas.
There it is.
And that'll make 4. And the 5th one is Cradle of Ethereum.
Oh, beautiful.
So these canvas reproductions, they retail on our website for $285. So we're going to start the bidding at $285, because that's what they retail for. So if anyone wants any of those 5 designs, the Cradle of Ethereum, the Celestis, the Ignis Rex, Vaten Draconis, or Moonsong Talagalum, just give us just say it in the chat. Just say, I'd like to go put a bid for $285 to start. or whatever you want to bid,
Yeah.
and just put that in the comments. Destiny's going to be scrolling through and identifying you.
I should only take picture.
Yeah. We're also going, after we find out who wins the bid, we're going to reach out. We'll basically reach out to you, Mike, and get their email, and then we'll communicate via that way. So we'll finalize the sale. The only thing that the winner is going to be responsible for is to pay for shipping on my end. Whatever that is, that's what they pay. And we'll just send them a PayPal invoice for the shipping.
Okay.
Also, the Dragonlord boxes get a certificate. They all come with a certificate of authenticity and signing. And they come packaged in plastic. In fact, I'll show you how they box, because we've got a ton of them over here. Actually, we got another 25 or so going out the door. Yeah, this is what they will be packaged in. So you'll be receiving the boxes like this.
All right, and just a note for people in the chat, make sure when you're playing, so there's going to be there's the Geekly reproduction canvas prints in the back, and then there's right now the Dragonlord box with the foil Dragonlord is up for auction. So make sure you state like what you're bidding on. Someone said $700. I assume that's the Dragonlord box.
Yes,
with
that's the only one we've offered. But but
so
please specify.
Okay,
right.
So if they're going to bid on one of the canvases, just say which one. So Daniel, we were already at 700 on the box, so it's got to be something north of that. Did we? We'll say $25 minimum. Increments?
I think the increments should be in 20. Well, for the Dragonlord, maybe 50, because we don't have much time.
50.
Yeah,
just to make it easier.
Yeah, these other ones, the other one, like this is the next box that's going to be up. Just to let everybody know, this is the Moon Song. The box is number 245. I'm going to open it and show you the foil. So there is the Moon Song foil. Boy, that came out beautiful. So this is the next box, 245, the Moon Song box. And we have them labeled on the back. So again, the opening bid on that is the same thing, 445.
Okay. 445 for the Moon Song.
Yep. Yeah, you know, I listen, you know, we thought about what we were doing. We knew the value on the Dragonlord was going to be so much more, but as you can see, people already know that. So we don't have to, you know, do that. On these other ones, I do retail. That's $445 is what I charge on my website for the signing service. So whether you get a Dragonlord or you get something else, that's what you get. But obviously, you're not guaranteed a Dragonlord, you know. But this time, you're guaranteed whatever it is, you know, whatever the foil is. The next foil, so that was box 245. Let's see. The next one is Celestis. This is box number 248. And let's get that. Oh, yes. There she is. All right. So box number 248 with the Celestis foil. Again, opening bid 445.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if there's some lag, there's some confusion in the chat. So okay. So TF cards bid 700. Daniel just jumped it to 750 on the Dragonlord. And we're looking for an opening of 445 for the Moon Song. Is the second one.
Yep, and 445 for the Celestis, which is the third one.
Okay.
So the two cold ones.
Yes. And then the last one, the fourth box we have is box number 247 out of 700. And that is the Cradle of Ethereum. So again, opening bids are 445 on all the boxes. That makes it easy.
Yep. And so like ultimately you guys see the link on the screen. That is where you're going to make the payment once the bidding is closed. So that's just for reference for now.
And you have to, I got to emphasize this. You have to say Ed Beard Jr. Brush Fest.
Yep.
If you don't say that, they won't credit the organization or me. And they're depending on me because the organization relies on artists like myself to donate to their cause. It won't go to the right people. So we want to make sure the donation goes to the right people.
Yeah.
Ed Beard Jr. Rush Fest. Okay.
Brush. B-R-U-S, like a paintbrush.
Brush. Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Yep. All right. And 285 is the opening bid on any of these canvases. Well, that takes care of at least the auction part.
All right, I'm gonna throw that on the screen so people know that. Oops.
And thank you guys very much for everybody that's putting in bids and everything, because this does go to a really good cause and it helps people in the local area.
And by the way, how Ronald McDonald House works is they take care of children who are ill, in the hospital, injured, and they financially back the parents and the whole family. So like because more times than not, children have to be taken to specialty hospitals. They're usually out of the area for the parents. It's a huge burden financially. They have to take time out of work, and et cetera. And of course, they want to be with their children. So Ronald McDonald's House kicks in, provides them, hotels, food, everything. And that's what their main specialty is taking care of parents and family members of the children who are injured and or who have, cancer and all kinds of different illnesses. But it specifically targets relieving that extra stress that you don't need when you're already going through the trauma of all time with your child being ill or injured. So that is the main focus of the Ronald McDonald House.
Yep. Yeah, I love it, man. I really appreciate that. As you know, like my friend's dealing with that with his kid, and they're living at the hospital almost year round. So can totally empathize and relate to that. So thank you very much for just doing this in general. Super generous of you.
Yeah, I've been doing this every year for the last 5 years at the Syracuse Nationals, and we've been happy to. When I'm there in person, I'll be doing painting, live demonstration and painting, and then as soon as I'm done with the piece, what I'll do is I'll modify canvases. I'll go and do hand painting on the canvases, and because it's a 4-day event, and I raise about $6,500 every year.
Wow.
So I won't be doing that much because it's just such short notice. I didn't expect to get rear-ended by a drunk driver. It's like, that definitely was not on my bingo card. But so it is a great organization, and I have seen directly what they've done. Because any of the charitable producers, those that donate, we get to go to the meetings and see their actual what they're really doing with this money. So we know that particular organization is very efficient.
They are. They're really on top of everything, and
they don't waste anything.
Yeah.
Yep. So Mike, do we have any announcements?
Yeah, we do. Which one? You want to talk about event appearances coming up next year?
Do I have an event appearance coming up next year?
I think you do. And you're Patreon supporters now. So it's about time we get it out there officially in the open, because I was waiting for you to come on the show. You've been traveling like a madman, like you always do, going to all these Ren fairs and things. I think you've been, I feel like I haven't talked to you in like a month, and we talk like all the time typically. So it's great that you're back home for a bit here and to have you on. So we're finally ready to announce that you will be coming back once again to SorceryCon 2027 I've been saying Philadelphia. For those that don't know, people are coming from all over the world, but it's basically in the suburbs, out about 30 minutes, maybe 30 to 40 minutes outside of the Philadelphia International Airport. So it's very accessible. I think some people are saying you could fly into Jersey just as easily too, depending where you're coming from, and it's an easy drive to the venue, but it's at the Valley Forge Casino Resort. So a little different than the Indianapolis vibe this past year. This will have more and better food options because it's a casino. The casino amenities and things like that. It's got free parking, and the hotel rate is very attractive. It's even better than Indianapolis. So the whole package is incredible. We're going to have over 20 artists, yourself coming back. We're going to be talking and coordinating, figuring out how to have some special artist-centric intimate experiences. So more to come on that. We're not ready to announce those yet, but we're going to take SorceryCon to the next level for all interest categories. We always have tons of gameplay of all kinds, but the artist engagement is going to be second to none. And it just like elevates every year, more artists, more experiences, more engagement, more fun. And you're the pro at that because you've done it a million times. You want to talk a bit about that, kind of what you've done?
Yeah, let me just, I won't speak for anyone else, but I'll certainly speak for myself, as you and I talked a little bit about trying to create a program track where artists can do some special intimate things with the attendees who want to learn more or involve themselves with discussions that are of the artist's expertise. So when I was the art director for Origins game show, it was in Columbus every year. And I for 15 years, I ran the art show. Part of the other thing we did is we created the educational track, which is where all of the artists that were interested could put on classes, seminars, which were a lot more intimate. You know, you had up to like 25 people that could attend. There was a fee for it, and the artist would get a great portion of it. I think it was 75%. And then the producers, Gamma at that time, and still are, they would get the rest. So we got together coordinating that. So I'm going to personally be offering a special track, if you will, classes on how to draw the dragon. And it's going to be it's a type of class that literally anyone, by the time they're done with that 2-hour session, so we're going to be roughly 2 hours, is going to be able to draw a dragon. They're all going to walk home with amazing dragon pieces that they did. And they're going to go, how the heck did I draw that?
It's the best thing
That's so great. So any like brand new novice, no experience,
you're
going to teach them the techniques. Awesome.
Yeah. Basically, it's going to be, I'm going to be up on an easel demonstrating. They're going to be following me one line by line.
Okay.
And then, so it's not the traditional way in which we're not doing thumbnails. We're not talking anatomical, bird, bat, horse, reptile, and all that. We're not doing this. No. It's got to be fun for the players and or the fans. Like, I mean, so many of the people who have been supporting me on my Patreon and that I met from SorceryCon last year, who have followed me, they've watched me paint, right? And they're all sitting there going, how the hell do we figure this out? But all of them don't realize is that everything can be broken down to be able to be done by someone who has literally no basic experience or understanding. It's just being done by, you have to break down the more complex things into little puzzle pieces. And that's what I do. And I did this class for children, you know, like 4th graders, 5th graders, back when I was doing a lot of the school appearances. We were doing seminars with the kids. I was doing book fair. Everybody that went to high school, junior Scholastic Book Fair, because a lot of my art was on Scholastic books. So that's the approach. But while I'm doing those drawings, I'm also going to be conducting discussions for those that are more sophisticated, you know, that may be a little artistic. I'm more than happy to answer any questions about, you know, some of the real behind the scenes of what I do when I'm thinking of how to create a creature, especially a dragon. So, but my goal is to have something that's fun for everyone of every level interest. And I thought, hey, how to draw the dragon. It's going to be entry level. Everyone's going to get the pad and their pencils and their, and basically by the end of that episode, a 2-hour session, they're going to walk out with a really cool dragon that they've done. So
yeah, I love that idea. That's great.
Yeah, it's just fun. And that's what's going to be so unique about SorceryCon that no other event has. Origins used to have it. I've been out of Origins. I retired from being the art show director there in 2019. So I don't know whether they carried on that track or not, but it is very similar to that concept. And so all of us have to work out the nitty gritty details. And that's what you're going to be doing over the next several months. And it does look like a lot of the other artists are very interested in participating in some way. Many of them will be offering all kinds of different discussions and, background information. And I'm sure you'll have altruists who might talk about techniques and things. So that's such an all encompassing event that, I mean, literally no other show's got. So I'm super excited for you having, you and the team taking this to that next level.
Yeah, that really is going to be great. I mean, I think it's a little different that we've had the artist panels in the past, and we'll do that again, certainly with the sorcery artists and then with the altarists. But to do something with the artists is a little different, more engaging, more intimate setting. So we're super excited to bring that experience to the next con.
Yay!
So while we're talking about whatever else you would like to talk about, I'd like to present in this box is the original art that we have not seen in over a year since I put it all away. And in celebration of this year, we're going to take a look at what the actual original art looked like. Now, I don't have every single piece in here, but I have a pretty good selection. Yes, here we go. So these were done all on camera. And little by little, I'm starting to release the time lapses. My son just finished, we just put up, and I'm sure you probably saw it, the time lapse of the box cover, the Shrine of the Dragonlord. And you get to literally for 12 minutes, see 30 hours worth of work done in 12 minutes. And so I'm going to keep doing that. But let's take a look at what we got here. Aha. We have the original canvas. Now, keep in mind, these canvases have not been clear coated or treated yet. They didn't because I scanned them. I didn't want them too shiny for a glare.
Okay.
But you will actually be able to see, if I turn it, you can actually see the paint lines.
There she is. There she is. Look at her.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Not
So
your house.
so
Wow.
this is the actual piece. Am I in this? Am I in there all the way?
You
Dustin?
are. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
That
add
looks-
an
that
item,
looks great.
and on just a straight canvas. Let me bring it in a little zoom in here.
Yeah, it's got a new camera here, guys. So you guys are seeing it in all its glory. It looks so good. The lighting's great.
Yeah.
Everything's awesome.
And what a lot of people don't realize is the brightness of this piece, the Draco Corvus. I mean, it's got a lot
Yeah.
more brighter colors than what the card came out to be.
Absolutely. Yeah, that always happens, whether it's, Eric's tinkering or just like in the printing process itself, you can get different results. We've definitely seen that in Sorcery through different print runs. Not
of
that there was
course, a
multiple for
tribute
Dragonlord, but
To Vincent
Yeah.
Price,
you really see it on the
Edgar Allan
tombstones.
Poe. And then,
Amazing.
this is all, again, everything's tribute to Edgar Allan Poe, the Mask of the Red Death statue here, and the Omega, and the Pit and the Pendulum.
Oh, wow.
That's his neck. That's her necklace. So yeah, so there we have Draco. That's the original on that.
Awesome.
I feel like these are like relics that we're unearthing right now.
Oh yeah, baby. Here we have Votan Draconis
There it is.
in all its glory. This piece is a big piece. No, that's the other thing. They're not all done the same size, but I think I have to stay out this far. don't
Yeah.
I?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and the beauty was like all your Patreon supporters got to see you paint all of these, which was
yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So let me go in a little bit closer.
Wow.
So
Man, that's unreal.
And then, of course, there's Dragonlord down
there
there
he is.
Yeah.
on a
That's
ruin.
great.
Oh, let's see what other surprise. Oh, well, okay then. Speaking of the Shrine of the
is.
Dragonlord itself and the box cover, here is the actual painting.
Wow.
The big boy. There he is.
I'm going to back up. Is that about right, Dusty?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Right there. Yep.
And then I can zoom in a little bit.
So, like, how soon did you know that was going? Was it always destined to be the cover of the box, or do you recall how that came together? That choice.
Let me think back. That's a great
Going way
question
back.
because this. Let me see. So this was the teleportation device. This was the ability for him to go into multiverses, right? So that was part of the story. So the character, the statue, everything was supposed to be designed in that character's card. But when I remember it was, Eric had contacted me and said, so we've got to have something for the box design. Be great if we could have something that is in the set, but that's very retro, and very classic rock album cover thing. So I said, oh, I know which character that's going to be because I knew
remember
the
the day
statue.
you told me that like Eric used the term ridiculously retro or something to
Yes.
that effect.
Yes.
We were cracking up about that.
Yes, it was ridiculously retro, very heavy metal, very vintage to say the least.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Let's see, and then what else we got here? Oh well, the Dragonlord himself.
There he is.
Oh wow,
There he is.
So there is the actual Dragonlord.
that's huge. Yeah, wow.
Very deep when you look at it.
Yeah.
Deeper colors than what you see.
Yeah, so you did these live over many shows, and we got to see like the intricate details filling in, show after show, and you guys do a very entertaining production in the Beard family too. Every show's a lot of fun. It's like I love live shows. You never know where you're gonna get. That's why I like to do live format myself, and you guys certainly resonate with that and do a great job.
Thank you. Last week, when one of the last episodes, I had the hearse in here.
Yes.
Destiny's hearse.
Yeah,
And I was napping.
Yeah.
I was napping in the hearse.
Oh my god. Wow, that one's very vibrant. I remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is one of my favorites. It's always something that you're, always in my case, my favorites are never everybody else's favorites, unfortunately. But this being such an elemental Phoenix Dragon thing, with all these crystals. So crucial to the storyline and how it channels those specific souls. But yeah, so this, again, these are untreated. I have not put that final clear, which, by the way, I had a chance to chat with Juan Machuca. And Juan,
he's watching right now, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
I said hi to him.
He always watches. Say
Cool.
hi in chat if you're watching, Juan. He's
yeah,
awesome.
Juan is using the spray technique. He's finding it much better.
Yeah, he was telling me. Yeah, because he was trying to tune like how he was going to put the varnish on there. Yep. Or are you talking about airbrushing or like the varnish?
Either whether it's the acrylic Liquitex acrylic medium, whether it's sprayed or airbrushed, same concept.
Yeah, gotcha.
You can brush it on. It's just sometimes you get brush strokes, so it's so much nicer when you spray it. You atomize it. So here we have the Talam Drag in all her glory.
Wow.
See, I'm angling it so you can see.
Man, that water's wild. Yeah. That's amazing.
And that one's resonating so much with like the rest of our collector base, like the people that do like Renaissance fairs, magic collectors, even automotive people. They look at that and they're like, we love her.
Yeah,
so that just resonated.
She became our second best selling print out of the entire collection of all the images.
Yeah.
The number one was definitely the Dragonlord's Lair.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of the Dragonlord's Lair.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that was great.
There it is.
Man, that's masterful.
And it's got, nobody has found all the hidden objects yet.
No, we have yet to have someone that found all of them. Wait.
Snowman. Where's the snowman?
Yes. Yes.
There he is. Yeah.
There he is.
Beautiful.
Snowman.
Yeah, I got one of your I saw over there, you kind of see it on the floor over there, the Dragonlord's Lair and the Dragonlord himself. Those are the canvas prints and they're freaking amazing, guys. Nice. So you can also, those ones that's backed by Destiny there, you can also purchase those. What was the start on those ones too? For
$285 for the canvases. The 3 here and then the cradle and Celeste.
So that's your typical price, and then if you guys want to, it's going to go straight to charity. So if you guys are interested in any of those, just name the artwork.
Ronald McDonald House, 100%.
Yep, you'll go to Ronald McDonald House. I'm going to see. Let me see if I can link where you can go look at these. They're all right. I'm going to send you guys a link to the Dragonlord page on my website, so you know the names are hard to spell and hard to pronounce. So you can go to this website link here, and if
you can just say Fire Dragon, Water Dragon, Wolfen Dragon. You want the egg?
We'll figure it out.
You want the ghostly ice blue dragon thing? That's fine too. If you want, so whatever way you want to describe, we'll know what you're talking about.
Yep. So,
anyways, I'll put these after.
Unless you say I want the one with the dragon, but I don't know.
Yeah, you say that.
I don't know how to. You have a lot to pay for.
That reminds us of a time. My wife was working the Michigan Renaissance Festival, and a person came in and just literally, we got like all of the art that I've done for 35 years, and she said, "Do you folks have any dragons? Any art with dragons on it?" So what you're thinking to yourself, oh, I don't know. Look around, right? My wife just said, no, I'm afraid not. We don't have anything with dragons.
No.
And she just looked at my wife and said, you don't have anything with dragons? Nope. Clearly not. Nope. You don't have anything with dragons. And she just went,
that's hilarious.
If you don't think my stuff is dragon related, then I can't help you. Maybe she was looking for Game of Thrones. I don't know. Maybe George and St. George. I don't know. But you just never know. Oh, by the way, I figured I'd showcase this. This is one of the things that I just did. That's the hand drawing with markers, kind of like a dark raven warrior type thing. But awesome. I do that while I'm on my Patreon too. We try to mix it up, as best I can.
Yeah. Marshmallow dragon. Oh, I love that.
Marshmallow dragon. Oh, that sounds awesome. All right, so let's see what other announcements there are. Okay, so a lot of people have asked me, do I have anything coming up in future sets? Yes. But nobody knows about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not even my Patreon members have seen it as of yet.
Yeah.
So nobody knows about it. So
okay.
Or them. So that part is all I can say. They keep asking, yeah, of course. No, yes. Eric was wonderfully contact me, says, got something for you. I'm like, cool.
Awesome.
And then the future, well, that we'll have to wait and see. We'll see what happens in the next year and what goes on with that. But let's just say this, Ed's not going anywhere. And there are some exciting creative things that will continue to go on with me and Sorcery.
Yeah.
However, what I want to, and I think this is an important subject to bring up since we are talking about the roughly year anniversary of the big explosion of the Dragonlord. And that is so many people, would love to see a reprint, those players specifically. And they'd like to see some of these cards be redone. And I touched upon it a couple of times. Every 2 weeks, we seem to get the same question. So I figured, why not talk about it again, right? So the way this was handled, it was a license, meaning Eric Hunt came to me asking if there was anything that I had been working on that was Dragon related. And I told him about my storyline, the Dragonlord, that I wrote in 2005 and had continued it on even onto the van. And so he was excited about it. He said, let's do a license adaptation of your storyline into our game. So being that the case, the titles of the subjects of the titles of the cards, Zeraphine Khan Rule and Draco Corvus, all that stuff they're my titles and obviously my imagery. The only thing I don't have anything to do with is the mechanics. Not to say that we didn't work together to make sure the mechanics kind of aligned with the biographies of the cards, because he did, and it was a great job that happened. But those are their property. They own the IP on everything to do with the mechanics, obviously the icons, the board design, all that good stuff. So EC cannot just reprint using the exact same names. I'm just sneaking. Oh, sure. They can't use the same names. And if you swap out the art and you don't use the same name, it's no longer Dragonlord. It's
right,
just
I agree. Part. Yeah.
So to answer questions that people have asked over and over again, how would you feel about it? I'm like, it's not about how I feel. It's about what the company feels they need to do. And I would support whatever decision they make. I'll, to the extent that I'll remind everybody that I said this before, as soon as we knew that the distributors and retailers didn't order a lot of this product and ordered barely anything, they just didn't support it because they all just didn't think it was going to sell, or they had a problem with a $60 pack. I remember, oh my God, they kept saying, it's just a pack. How can I pay, $60 retail? We're only going to make $30 on it wholesale. It's not worth it to us, blah, blah, blah. So of course they underestimated the popularity of it to the public. And inevitably that caused a short on the run, the print run. The company was only going to print what they got orders for with a slight bit more. And that's what they did. Yeah. So I immediately offered Eric an additional 14 images and card characters. So I sent them over. I said, here's the next stage of my storyline. Here are all these other additional characters. You can have it for free. I mean, literally just gave it to him, 14 images, so that's thousands of dollars just so that if he did want to produce a follow-up set, a Dragonlord 2 or whatever, to be able to make, this time, hopefully retailers and distributors wouldn't shun it and would actually carry it and market it. And that way we'd finally get product under the Dragonlord brand of mine, my storyline and my IP, and would get it into the hands of Europe and everybody that didn't get any. But I got the email back from Eric and it's like, Ed, that's wonderful. And we really appreciate it. And man, I would normally jump on this in a heartbeat, but we've already moved on to the next project and I'm overwhelmed with that. And now it's many more projects. So it's just not going to happen, guys. It was on my end. I'm not the guy that's stopping this from happening. It is just simply not what the company wants to do. They're focused on new sets and new products. They're aware, they're recognizing that this was one of those not so perfect storms when it came to distribution and retailers. I fought two years to convince retailers in Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Florida, the ones I was talking to all the time, and even my local guys, PA, and they were like, Ed, it's a once-a-year product. It's just a box. It's $60. It's like we're not going to allocate.
Yeah, misunderstood.
Yeah, and that's what I got. Then there was the issue of distributors just not telling people they had the product, they didn't get, and then out of nowhere they just dropped it out, and so nobody had a warning. I can't tell you how many times I was told, even up to just before May 2nd, just before we did the sweepstakes, how many retailers came into our Renaissance fairs, and there are lots of them, especially in Michigan, and they'd be like, what's this Dragonlord thing? I said, what are you talking about? You should have been solicited that for the last month and a half through your distributor. And they didn't know nothing about it. And I'm like, how much of that is the retailer themselves not paying attention because it's just a box, of one pack of cards.
Yeah.
It was just a really hard product concept to pitch to retailers who are already used to getting constant flow of product from whether it's Pokemon or MTG, just blowing product out every month. And so I don't think that's going to change. This is the thing that kills me is even since with all the demand that was established at Gen Con and, ever since, I still talk to retailers. In fact, I was just at Through the Decades. It is the largest retail store in the country. It's in Louisville, Kentucky. I was there for an MTG pre-Martin event and to celebrate sorcery because we had the Edgar Jr. Sorcery,
Yeah.
And I talked to Bill, and Bill said, no, we carry sorcery, but we didn't carry Dragonlord. And it was kind of like, didn't really get into the details, but now he's a mega store.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, what about now? He goes, I'm not sure. He said, even if you came out even with all the demand, and if there was a Dragonlord 2, it's a one product little mini box. He said it only has, for them, it's got a $60 retail. Yeah. So now what you're talking about is the only way they can make justification to allocate money towards it is they're going to take it and put it on the secondary market. So now you have that conflict of you have a retailer who's buying at, wholesale prices and is going to hoard it for the secondary market. Right. That's the only way for them it's going to justify. Now, I got to break it to everybody. I've been in this for like almost 40 years. Every retailer buys product to satisfy their on-demand customers that are there who have subscriptions with them. And they absolutely buy for themselves to sit on and to inevitably release onto the secondary market. That's business. That's the way things go. That's not scalping or grifting. That's just business. That's how retailers survive. Yep. But they don't want to get into that now because there's been so much heat. So that has pushed them back. And if they're looking at just a $60 retail, they're like, Ed, it's not worth making $30 over. Right. Why am I going to waste my time with that? So I don't know. Yeah. It's like they're willing to buy the Gothic and the Arthurian Legend, and even that was tough for them. That was another thing going into Dragonlord. There was a lot of negative. I guess it was a little bit of overproduction, and the box prices were dropping, if you remember. And that was kind of on their mind too. And of course, then we have Dragonlord going at premium rates across the board, like the most expensive thing out there. Right. And I tried to tell them, I said, look what happened. And they're like, yeah. And even if that happened again, we still don't think we're in. So can you imagine from the perspective of EC, if they're looking at that going, we had struggled so difficultly to get these guys to pick it up. We've proven it's a successful product. Ed's Miniset was was definitely in demand. And yet they're still not really 100% on board. They want to wait for a big card product. They want that $140, $150 retail. Yep. So I wanted to address that because so many of they've been discussing it and wishing it could be different. And the only thing other than that I would like to say is that, as you know, because you and I talked about it before the product came out, 2 years before we released, before Gen Con last year, 2 years before that, I had to buy these boxes. I had to commit and contract to this percentage. I established my $445 retail about 6 months roughly before the set ever came out. So I got to address I've heard from so many of my Patreon faithful fans and my collectors that they've said that when they've posted pictures of how excited they were that they got my signed and numbered box, that they get all this trolling and people say, oh yeah, Ed's grifting everybody and screwing everybody. I'm like, he's just taking advantage of the market. I already had my price point built in, guys, based on common, normal collectible values of a $60 box that was extremely printed. We knew we were only doing under 10%. So even if it had been printed the way it should have been, and it was on, and my collection was under 10%, no matter what, as soon as the regular edition sells out, all of these kinds of limited editions that are only less than 10% of the whole total production run always go up 400% of whatever the MSRP is. That's a standard in collectability. So a $60 product now becomes $240. My services are $130 for the signing and everything else. So that's, what are we bringing that up to now? We got $240 plus, that's $340 plus $30, that's $370. And then I've got the fact that we have a signed and numbered box. So you have to throw an extra 50, 75. That's how I came out with the 445.
Yeah.
So my decisions on that were made having nothing to do with what happened to the marketplace. Because if I was really basing these things on what's going on now with an average of a $500 box, these boxes should be retailing at about at least 1,000. So I just want to make that clear, man. It's just like I have the evidence to prove that my decisions on this had always been in place long before you and I talked on the phone multiple times, because we were thinking about how could we, what should we debut it at and blah, blah, blah.
Right. Yep.
So
yeah, you've been consistent that the whole way, and there's always going to be naysayers and haters and people upset about life and everything else within it, and it says nothing to do with you. I mean, if anything, your pricing has been super generous because the product is in insatiable demand, and there's not a lot of product out there, and you paid for it up front, so it's yours to do whatever you want with at the end of the day anyway. So you don't even have to justify it, but appreciate that you do, just so people understand.
I'd like to ask all those folks out there that are harassing the collectors that are buying and supporting from me, and they keep saying, they're on a Discord and they got hate and all kinds of troll posts and stuff. Guys, it's not anything to do with me or them. The fact that it was not printed enough of, which it wasn't, is the fact that we couldn't get retailers and distributors involved. They weren't interested in picking it up.
Yeah, that's a key point. That's where you started. Like everybody, including the distributors, underestimated the product. And the things that do the best are the things that surprise the market, and then when it becomes scarce meaning low supply and people want it in demand, then things become valuable. And that's just like circumstantial. And in the product placement of this in the life cycle of sorcery is kind of interesting too, because it was so early. They only had like a couple sets out at that point, and then you introduce this mini set product, which is kind of like a unique novelty in and of itself, unconventional, non-traditional, and your thing is very unique in your approach to it. That there's this confluence of all these like variables that made it something special and different and exciting, and it's rewarded by the market. People want it. At the end of the day, it's a great thing.
Oh, and by the way, also I've been asked, well, Ed, what would you think, or how would you feel about if EC took some of the cards as they are right now and made, had them appear in a future set, like a revised or something, just so that the players could get it? I'm not going to disagree with anything the company says. That's part of my contract. Whatever the company feels is good for their product, their customer base, I'm going to support. I do not have a position or a horse in this race. My only thing, because no matter what, this was my baby right here. This limited edition. Anything else that happened, hey man, personally, I would have loved to have all of Europe have some of that too,
Yeah.
It just didn't happen.
Yeah, no, that was just unfortunate aspect of it. I was actually as you were talking about that earlier, your other 14 that you were saying, like maybe not a mini set. And an idea is like they have these tropes within the game or these character types. So you got the dragon character type, right? Like you could very easily insert that into whether it be a revised, maybe not revised, because that tends to be like a curation of like prior sets cards. But maybe a future set, you expand the dragon story within a larger core set. That's totally feasible too. Maybe Eric decides to do that someday. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. And at the very, and you're absolutely right. And those 14 cards would absolutely work with just about anything. And they can certainly reference that they're, this was a character from the Dragonlord universe. Absolutely. That could easily, that lore, the lore would work very well for that. And whether it's a revised or whatever. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm 100% whatever you wanted to do with that thing. But I'm not sensing that's the route. He likes to have everything very original. He likes to keep the themes. Yeah. And that's totally understandable.
He wants to keep innovating. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. But it could happen. And also, there's nothing stopping him from taking, the other concern that a lot of players had on the mechanic side was, well, there's a couple of really powerful cards in here, decent power, and that they could become even that much more powerful depending on what comes out in the future. And then there would be a disparagement, blah, 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 right? Okay. There's nothing stopping EC from taking the mechanics of any of these cards and just simply doing it on a totally different card, totally different title with totally different art.
Yeah.
There goes the problem is solved. Now it doesn't have, there's no influence or imbalance because my set is so difficult to get, so expensive, and yet it's super playable for some reason down the line,
Yeah, for sure.
So I think he's got it covered. And I would hope they would people right now would look at this and go, you know what? And I do have this. I'm so blessed that so many, I mean, obviously right now we've had, that's the other question people have asked is how many boxes do we have left out of the limited edition? So we did a count right now. I have always pulled 100 of my 700 aside, specifically whether I was going to bring them to special events, do charity auctions, whatever. So I took 100 out. So that left me 600. Out of the 600, I think we have 78 left, Destiny.
Yes.
Okay. So we're somewhere, basically we're over 500. And I'm up to 400 and change boxes signed and almost 5,000, no more than 5,000, a little more than 5,000 cards altogether, right? Because there's 14 cards in a box.
Yeah.
Not quite. It's somewhere. It's upper 4,000s. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I have signed a lot of cards. Since I've released this, which I mean, I released only 150 of them to my personal Patreon members early on. And then I didn't release them until May 2nd of this year. So literally since May 2nd, I have been signing around the clock, trying to do these boxes on camera. So I'm working as fast as I can, but I've got about 78 more to go. And then I will have finished. Then the decision I have is, what do I do with the remaining 100? Do I put them back on my website at the 445? How many I put up? Do I hold on to them for just shows? These are the decisions I haven't made yet. My main focus was to make sure that our European collectors could get some of these when I put them up on my website. So I gave them a special discount and they took advantage of it. I think the majority of what we've sold since May did go to the overseas people. But if I do re-release it, again, it's going to be at whatever the retail is, the 445. Because I'm done with the $100 off. That thing flew so fast, I had to shut that down in 2 weeks. But I think that I have to probably come in and restrict that anyone if I do put it back on my website, it has to be sold to someone who hasn't already purchased from me. This way I can at least give other people a chance, because my Patreon members were able to buy multiple boxes. And then the people who purchased during the sale had that same opportunity. So I'm going to initially reserve my next offering for people who did not get that at all, have never ordered from me. And maybe I'll wait a couple of weeks, and then when if it fizzles out, I'm done, and then I'll go back to letting anyone else get it. But I think that's a good strategy to try to be fair and equitable.
Very generous. Yeah, because you could sell it in a heartbeat if you wanted to. That's a very nice and generous way to go about it. To give people a chance, because that's people's gripe at the end of the day. They never had a chance to get it. Allegedly, it was funny. Steve from Philo Cards put out a video today saying, like, you all had a chance to get it when it was $200, and look, now it's $600. You should have just got it at $200. You got to believe. You got to believe in the product. Believe in the Dragonlord, and everything will be fine. You could have sold one, kept one, and you had some extra money for margaritas. He said.
Oh my God! Oh, the FOMO and the hate that I've been getting is unbelievable. I'm like, guys, I put a really cool product together. It was a huge success. Sorry, the distributors and retailers didn't want to carry it. What can I do?
Hey, what can you do? Yeah. So sorry, the product's in such great demand. Yeah. But it's awesome.
But there you go. So everybody out there, if you want to see more Dragonlord, whether you want to see those 14 other pieces that I provided, Eric, to be in future sets, tell them you do. If you want to see some of these cards appear in future sets, then you got to talk to EC about it. I can't make that decision. I can't. Like I said, I offered right out of the hole when I saw that things were shorted a little bit. And I was like, oh boy, we need to get some other product out there. And we don't want to obviously mess with the collectability aspects. And it's kind of you got to be careful going back to reprint. That's a big no-no in general. You kind of one and done on that. So yeah, that's where we're at. And I hear that, am I right that Gothic is like kind of hard to get right now?
It only came through like one initial wave through traditional distribution, and then they started selling it exclusively through Team Covenant. So it's very it's a whole story, but Team Covenant has this model where Eric has full control over who gets the product. So they're working with indies to give the publisher full control to say who gets it, how much they get, why they get it. So they're catering to like stores that are hosting in-store events and things like that, and they could tinker with the quantities and stuff. So it's kind of experimental in a way, but it's kind of interesting because with traditional distribution, you can't do that. But, the downside is maybe you don't get the reach. And I don't know, there's pros and cons, right? I mean, there's definitely pros and cons. I'm probably going to have a whole live show where I talk about that for 2 hours.
I bet. All right.
Yeah, it's wild.
Let me once again showcase what we've got, just to make sure that if there are any interests in the other boxes, specifically the ones with
Destiny summarized nicely. I'll throw that up on the screen here. So we're at 950 on the Dragonlord foil, 500 on the Cradle, 450 on the Celestis, and 300 on the Ignis Rex canvas.
Yes.
Oh, very nice.
Moonsong has not been bid on. You guys can put in a bid.
Moonsong.
445 is the minimum offer for Moonsong. 100% will go to Ronald McDonald House Charity.
Yep.
And you could get the all cards in the box. We'll follow up with you afterward, and you could tell Ed you want all of the cards signed or just one. But you'll know the foil card ahead of time. You just note that in the notes. And by the time we wrap up, that'll be it. Oh, so you have there's the Celestis. Beautiful. Yeah, it looks great. Great lighting. They're all numbered and serialized, as you can see.
Yes.
Is the chat cracking you up?
Oh my God. It's David Bousquet. He's like, how much for a candlelight dinner with Ed? I can't. That's great.
Hey, at Sorcery Con, we'll make it happen.
Oh!
We're gonna bid a date night with Ed.
Oh
my God!
My God!
Like the old dating games.
That would be hilarious.
Nice. So the Cradle's at 500. All right. Yep. And that's basically still below market price. I think they're selling them for like they're selling like 600 sealed right now. And this is a serialized autograph by Ed.
Yeah.
Only 700 or 7,000.
This is the canvas of the Celestis and of the Cradle.
Wow.
These canvases came out beautiful. Really.
Yeah, the canvases are amazing. Like I said, I got the two down there. They look like original paintings. I took that image, Ed, on my deck with the Dragonlord lair that I got from you. And someone asked me, was like, you got the original painting? I was like, no, I didn't get the original. God, I wish I did. But like people really think these are the originals. They look like amazing. They're the best quality.
Yeah, the quality is amazing.
Yeah.
Speaking of originals, the thing I haven't shown, really, except my Patreon members, the only ones that have seen it, is the original drawings that I have for each one of these pieces. So when I do a drawing, and you may see that in the time lapse of the Shrine of the Dragonlord that I just released.
Yep.
And in the beginning, you'll see the line work. So all of those pencil drawings that are pretty big, 18 by 24, some of them, they're just sitting there either semi-sketched, semi-shaded, but all of them are beautifully tight, clean contour lines that are just waiting to be shaded. So I don't release my drawings unless they're fully completed and shadowed.
Okay.
So down the line, once I catch up with all the other stuff that I'm doing, all these sketches and stuff, all these card art pieces, those will be available. Those so far, my kids have not confiscated on me. So in other words, those might actually be available to the public. Are they?
Wait, what?
Can we at least offer?
I was distracted by the funny chat.
The chat's on fire, Ed. They're still talking about the date night with Ed and all the shenanigans.
Can we at least offer the public some of the original black and white drawings from the Sorcery Dragonlord?
Yeah.
Some of them. Come on. There are some drawings.
We'll think about it.
Some.
They're awesome.
This is why.
I said it.
She said some. She said some.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, I am not singing for that date. No.
We're gonna have a serenade too. No. Oh, okay.
So bid in the chat, guys, if you want any of those items.
Yep. So
basically,
the auction will end when you and I. Destiny's going to hang around a little bit because I know you've got to open an alpha box. She's going to hang around a little bit after and watch what's going on. But at some point, we've got to kind of terminate this. So if there are any of these boxes that have not been bid on by the end of this episode, we'll pull those boxes aside and we'll probably just offer it to our Patreon members for auctioning as well. So we wanted to give your people, everybody, a chance, first dibs on this, if you will.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. We got Dragonlord, Cradle, Celestis have all been bid on. What's the one we're missing again? Was it
Moonsong?
Moonsong. Yeah.
What's the current value on the foil Moonsong? I thought that was a pretty solid value.
Let me see. I got TCG Player up here because as you were talking, I was like, people complain they didn't have opportunity to buy the card. So I was looking at the non-foil prices, and most of them are pretty reasonable. I mean, some are like $40-$50, but I mean, I guess like the highest might be 85 here for the Shrine of the Dragonlord, at least the list price.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not like totally nuts that the players can't get it, right?
What's the foil for the
Let
Moonsong?
me see, for Moonsong. Steve probably knows off the cuff here. So I see the non-foil. Where is the foil variant? Maybe it's on the next page. No, I must have missed it. All right, there's non-foils $18. So that's $279.79 is the lowest list.
All right, so guys, come on, that's a $280 card.
Yeah.
Along with a signed and numbered box that's $445, regardless of what you get. So that's a pretty darn good card. That's 3/4 the value. Plus, as Mike just mentioned, 2 of the cards in the set are $100 together easily. Like the Shrine combined with, I think it's Votten that's going for $40-$50 too, or more. So there's just the non-foil set alone. Am I right? That's typically running about $200 to get a full non-foil set. Is anyone even selling that?
I don't see it often. I don't know.
No, but individually, you got 2 cards that are going to be $100, and then the rest are averaging what, between 15, 10, 12, 15, 20, something like that.
Yep. Oh yeah, I think 445 is totally. I mean, that's a steal.
So almost
because you get a serialized box. A lot of people just want the box. Like I got one up on my shelf over here that you serialized and signed for display. You got to have one for display. I've always said this: one for display, one to open or enjoy, or take out the individual cards and do whatever play. But
what number did you get on your box?
Good question. What is it? It's 100 even. 100 out of.
Oh yes, yes.
Nice.
Oh, by the way, everyone's been asking, especially since I'm in the 400s now, signing wise. Yeah. And they're all like, so what's going to happen with the number 666?
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
That's cute. Oh no, I wonder what's going to happen.
I don't know.
I guess I don't know.
That's going to be in the hearse.
The closet with the sketches.
Yeah. But now the other question, today I actually got the question, what are we going to do with my artist proofs? So I have not made them available to anybody as of yet. Yeah. I will be obviously giving my Patreon members a little kind of first dibs, if you will. But I'm not ready to. So just so everybody knows, I have not made them available at all to anyone yet because I've got to get the other stuff. I've got 53 more drawings on the back of artist proof cards to do the part of my Dragonlord package deal. I'm just finishing those. So I'm a little more than halfway through that. Because every episode of my live, I'm drawing on the back of the cards and getting those done. But yeah, so I have 50 more of those to do. So I'm about 25 weeks out, figure 6 months. At the end of 6 months from now, I will just about, actually at SorceryCon, will be when I will finally be able to offer the artist proof commissions. And that'll give me an idea too of what to base the values on. The way I look at it, I'm going to base the values, and you and I will chat a little bit about it too, and Steve too, maybe. Yeah. But if my Dragonlord foil is going for, at that time, let's say it's going for 1,200, who knows? Yeah, probably. But if it was, then I will probably relate that foil to about this, maybe close to the value of the artist proof. Maybe the artist proof will be a little teeny bit more, because that's what we do with Magic, and we base it on value of what the card is in Magic. And then we take the artist proof and relative to that, So if I've got a $500 card for a Celestis, or at that time a foil, then my proof will probably be in that ballpark too. So that's just what I'm thinking of. But I'm not going to be selling any of my artist proof cards without artwork on them. The very minimum is going to be a full blown shaded black and white level 2. So that'll be an extra whatever. I think we charge $800 or something like that. So all of the artist proof cards are going to be close to that $1,500, $1,800 or so, or $2,000 mark, and some maybe more when you're done with all the artwork on it, or the fully painted backs on them, and so forth.
Yeah.
Surprising announcement.
artist proofs are wildly undervalued in my opinion because the art alone is invaluable, you know, and then the card, people undervalue the card. Only 25 copies is so insane. Years from now, people are going to be nuts for those. But
well,
sorry,
fortunately,
I cut you off. Were you about to make an announcement?
I was. That's okay. I forgot totally. What was
no.
I completely forgot.
None of the art is for sale anymore.
No, that's serious. I just blanked out. What was that? And it was important.
About artist proofs.
Oh yes. I remember. Okay. So, because I love what you do with supporting these up and coming artists that are working really hard and incredibly masterfully in these tiny little spots and on the back of cards like Dustin, you know, and now we've got Jeremy Murray doing it, you know.
Yeah, he's
so many of them would love to get more attention, a little more recognition, and you've been using your platform to help, and you constantly promote them. You know, that's just what you do best. So I, just like I did the first time, trying to think what time of year, did I do the altar contest, the Dragonlord Altarist contest?
Last fall.
It was last fall.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So we got to do one this year too. But instead of a $500 first place prize, now we're going to up the ante. It's $1,000 first place prize. So I'm going to be launching that competition information on the website, updating it all. And we're going to open it up again, Dragonlord cards only. And knowing that they're difficult, we're going to allow proxy so they can paint on the proxy, photocopy, whatever. And then they can submit that for basically to be evaluated. I've got 9 different people. We rotate out. They're different artists in different disciplines in the industry. So they make the decisions. And then unless there's a tie, that's when I get involved. So it's as basic, non-biased as you can get. And I try to keep everything very objective when we're evaluating it. But we are going to open that up to everybody in the Altarist community. So we'll share that information with you and yours. But I wanted to let you know that I am doing another altar competition. Instead of $500, we're doing the $1,000, making it a little more valuable. And the other thing that I'm thinking about doing is, because I'm going to be giving them the $1,000 as a prize, I'm then going to put in the rules that the individual who wins has to sell that original for charity. So that's the deal. So we're tweaking the rules on this because I really want to. We always are trying to raise money to pass it forward to people in need. So maybe we'll do, whether it's for animals or whatever it is, we got to make it a charity thing. So that's what I'm thinking. I've been trying to figure out how we can do it, what organization we're going to do it with. But I figure, hey, look, if I'm giving you $1,000, I'm pretty much buying that card from you.
Yeah. So, that's awesome.
And you're getting all the recognition and the full package, but we're also then going to turn that into a moneymaker for a great charity. So that was the other thing I wanted to mention.
Quick question. Can somebody bid on more than one box at a time?
Of course. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to copy I'm going to get another summary here.
I mean, you guys can bid on more than one canvas at a time too. Not a problem. So the only thing like I said is we're doing the shipping. You will be charged the shipping. It's not much when it comes to the boxes, but the canvases, maybe $20, $15, $20 for shipping. Cause a lot of people are asking, what is it going to be? That's if you're continental. If you are international and you're bidding on the canvases, you do have to sign a release of liability, because I don't deal with anything overseas. You know, once it's out of the border, it's responsibility of you after that. You know, I don't deal with insurances or anything else. So just so everybody knows, even if they're internationally offering a bid on any of the boxes, same thing. Any international product, as soon as it leaves the customs United States, then it's on you. Whatever happens to it. If it doesn't arrive, it doesn't arrive.
And we just watch it like when the baby sea turtles go to the ocean in the sand. And I'm just sitting there going, go, 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 go.
So far, with how many boxes have we shipped, Destiny, internationally? Almost 300.
Oh my God.
We've had no problems with over 300 boxes. So, and everybody that's bought has done the same agreement. It's a complete release of liability. So just to give everyone a heads up on that.
Everyone's been super, super sweet. I really appreciate you guys. Also, I think it might be good to say too, super, super random. But for people that got the box, we do the signings on the Patreon. After we're done with them, you are sent the link if you are part of that stream. So I know there were some people that they were like, oh, you were on location. I haven't seen an upload since then. We do the signings on our Patreon.
Right.
So if you're not seeing any activity, quote unquote, on the YouTube, we are getting them done. We've been getting so many done. So I don't know if that helps, because I don't know if there's anybody in the chat that ordered one that's waiting for it upcoming. A lot of them I've just been emailing back and forth individually. But yeah, just so you guys know, that's the system.
Same thing with these. Doing. So as I mentioned, the only cards in each of these boxes that is signed is the one non-foil Dragonlord. Anyone that wins the bid, they can request me to sign all of them. I will do that in my next live on camera, and then we will send them the link so they get to see it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Woo.
That's cool. Great,
Mike,
man.
have we hit the hour?
Yeah, 1 hour and 10 minutes.
There you go.
Dude, it goes by like nothing, you know.
It really does.
I always do like 3-hour lives, so it's my typical warm-up. But and you do too, you know.
Is there any other questions or anything that you wanted to bring up, Mike, or maybe mention that I haven't touched upon yet?
I think we hit the gamut of things really that I had in mind. Yeah, just some fun insights. Appreciate you sharing your idea of painting or drawing the dragon at SorceryCon, the SorceryCon announcement. Just recapping a few things. So that'll be super fun. We'll see you in Philadelphia for SorceryCon 2027. Yes, we'll try to
and by then
Eric for more dragons.
Yeah, and by then we'll have more announcements too.
Yeah, okay, yeah, and yeah, the big spoiler, if anyone joined late, is, well, it's not a full spoiler, it's a little teaser that Ed has more work coming in sorcery in some form or fashion in the future. So that is exciting to hear, because at first, I mean, we thought it would just be, I think you thought too, like it might just be Dragonlord and that's it. That you called it your magnum opus, right? And then you were gonna, I thought you were talking retirement, and this was the end. I was like, oh my god, come on.
Yeah, retirement for an artist is death. That's really it.
I mean, I do have the hearse, but you know.
And I do sleep in it. I'm getting prepped. I've got to be sleeping in it. It's comfortable. I'm very comfy in it.
Yeah, you might need it, because a guy in chat here said he wanted to bid on the van.
Never. I know who it is. I know.
Yeah, I know.
Mr. Masad.
It's one of your Patreon guys.
No.
I recognize the name.
You will have to fight me in a duel, good sir.
And right now it'd be at a discount, because I've got to repair the back end of it. So here's the best part of the van situation. So it pushed in the bumper on the driver's side and dented the door and all that. So that section, that whole rear quarter panel has to get done over. Opportunity. Well, I'm not going to go and you know, I'm having to match everything to begin with, color-wise, bricks and stones and all that stuff. But while I'm at it, I'm going to take an opportunity to do, let us just say, a memorial to the event. How I'm going to do that? I'm going to be putting a drunk dragon behind bars on the bottom section because I have this stone wall over there. So you're going to see some bars, like as if, you know, kind of like an arched way window. And you're going to see this dragon that's holding a bottle. It's basically drunk with chains on it.
God.
That's how I'll attribute it, because of the stupidity to drive at 100 miles an hour on a motorcycle while you're drunk on a Sunday night.
That's
2 point.
insane.
I mean, I think he blew like a 2.3. He was almost 3 times the limit. And
that's insane.
Part irony of it is he would have killed anyone else. That motorcycle was a 500-pound Suzuki. A 2025 Suzuki GSXR, I think, 1000. So like 198, 200 horsepower. It would have gone through the back of another smaller car and killed everybody inside.
Oh,
so if it wasn't for this giant beast, somebody would have died. So that's the only explanation I can imagine. Plus, because he got me, I was dad mode, a 36-year-old kid. I sat there and kept him alive for a half an hour and kept his focus on just that, keeping him alive. And anybody else might have been a totally different kind of person. So I look at it like, you know, why would something like this happen on a Sunday night at 9 o'clock at night with no one on the road in the middle of a rural area? Yeah. And it's got to be fate for him, whatever. Hopefully, I honestly don't know what his condition is since then. They don't share that with me, but I hope he will survive, and more importantly, get better. Find, you know, programs that can get him out of this, because this is not his first offense.
You could be like what Noble Dragon said, the dad group, Dragons Against Drunk Driving.
Oh, I love that. That's fantastic.
He's a funny guy. You'll meet him at SorceryCon.
You know what? I'm putting that on the back of the van. I'm going to carve that into the stone, DAD. And that's what it's going to mean.
DAD.
Oh, DADD. Right.
Yeah.
DADD.
I got to write this down.
Write it down. Write it down. Thank you, buddy.
Nice. He's pumped.
Oh, yeah, baby.
That's hilarious.
Well, anyways, thank you once again, Mike, for hosting us and celebrating our year anniversary. That has been fantastic. I cannot seriously thank. Wow, what a tremendous group of people that I have had that have supported my family, that have joined our Patreon, over 300. And holy shit. I mean, it's just been absolutely amazing. They tune in, they have a great time. But more than anything, they just love getting into creativity. They've kept me going. They've opened up a whole new world of thoughts and creativity that honestly, I was kind of like, yeah, I guess I'm kind of just going to fade away here, and that's all been reactivated. But it's that appreciation for hand-painted work, focus on everything that's not AI, as you can see by the sign over there. And it's just, that's just so incredible. And then to see a whole new young audience come into play. That I was hopeful for. And we're in a time period right now that's so crucial to fight hard against the machine, but literally, AI replacing human relevance. So in everything, not just art. So we've gotten that. It's there. People like you that are continuing to support this and making and opportunities and putting out avenues and places that we can do this with and meet. It takes a game card, thing. And it completely expands it into it's like going to Disney World. You get a whole package of all kinds of different, it's not just the rides. It's every aspect of creativity and story and lore. And that's what's been so much fun. And then products, you can do all these things like playmats. Now I will have new playmats for Sorcery Con. I've already got some designs in the works on that. Nice. My Dragonlord, the Dragon Shield, the matte finish, card sleeves. Oh my God. I have sold so many of those. I sold out of the Dragonlord's lair. Boy, did I underestimate that. So I will be placing a new order, but I'm going to be introducing some new images too. So I'll have all of those for Sorcery Con as well. So we'll have a whole bunch of new stuff to offer. And this is just like, I'm telling you, man, you are going to be the destination. Sorcery Con 2027 is going to be the destination place.
I'm so excited
for just like a massive ensemble of creativity and gameplay and just fun, across the board. So I've been very blessed to be a part of this. Again, thank God. I'm so thankful that Eric reached out to me. That was such a weird thing, such a great thing to find. You just never know.
No, you really don't.
20 years for me. I had been out of the game industry since 2005. It was my last MTG stuff. I never thought that I'd be back because it all went all digital and it went all,
Wasn't it we were out somewhere when you got the email?
Yeah. We were at Cracker Barrel.
Yes. And I remember you just looked at the phone and you were like, this is a thing. And I'm like, I'm just kind of looking at him going, okay.
No, I didn't think it was legit.
We could see.
Yeah,
I looked in there too. Yeah. Yeah.
I contacted Melissa Benson because I've known her for years. And I said, Melissa, is this legit? Because I see you've been doing stuff. And she just said, no, it's legit. And I'm like,
real deal.
I'm like, okay, this is a guy who's actually commissioning original work and trying to bring back the great glory days of vintage hand-painted work of the early Magic. This is phenomenal. Yeah. So it's great.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. Thank you both for coming on. It's always a pleasure. I was thinking earlier today, I was like, there's a lot of TCGs out there, but I don't personally know many where like an artist will just come hang out with the fans, for an hour plus. You've done it many times graciously. Really appreciate every time you come on the show. People get to engage with you. A lot of the other artists do it too. All you got to do is ask, and they love to ingratiate themselves with fans, and that's what Sorcery Con's all about too. Yes. You come out and you talk to people at your booth all day, all night, every day.
Oh, yeah.
And then the after parties
after. Friends. You all become part of the clan, so there you go.
Yeah, it's a very friendly experience where everyone's equals, whether you're a game player or an art enthusiast or whatever. We all find a good time and something awesome to do. But thanks for coming on. Thanks for the charitable endeavors.
Yes.
Always great raising money for charity. Been doing a lot of that this year.
And at least this time I'm not in a parking lot of a cinema in some undisclosed location.
True.
Whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes. The show must go on.
Watching my battery die.
Yeah.
Wait, let me open the door so I can get the light. Okay, there we go.
The new camera's great. You know, we'll get the van uncovered with the new prison on the back. It'll be great.
Yes.
There you go.
And the DADD. Thank you.
Dragons Against Drunk Driving.
Freaking awesome. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Bye.
All right, guys. We're going to transition to an alpha box opening if you want to stick around. Thanks to all of Ed Beard Jr.'s fans that popped in. We're going to open an alpha box. I'm going to show a bunch of stuff, so I got to get the overhead cam going. But again, I want to thank Ed for coming on and Destiny for hosting the charitable auction. So I think Destiny was taking meticulous notes. I know that. So we will reach out. And I know like a lot of new people came from Ed's Patreon. I noticed a lot of new names in chat. So if you think you were a top bidder, we're going to have to figure some things out because some of those names I don't know. I don't have your contact information. You could always find me at Mike Servati on Facebook if you want to direct message me on Facebook. That's probably the easiest way. Or if you're in my Collector Art House Discord, you know, I'm Collector Art House on Discord is my name. Collector Art House Mike, I think it is on most Discords, unless I'm messing around and memeing like in Philosopher Cards Discord. But I'm pretty easy to find. I think, is there a way to DM through YouTube? I don't even know. I do live YouTube. I don't do a ton of recorded content. Let me get the overhead cam going because I got a lot to show tonight. I'm going to get into what's going to happen here next. It's going to be pretty awesome. So let me just get that popping. As you guys know, I got interested in sorcery because I love TCGs. I played Magic as a kid, but then as an adult here in midlife, I really got into the art aspect of things. So I collect a lot of original paintings and various art forms, artist proofs, also the historic cards of sorcery and whatnot. So I'm kind of like a historian or archivist of sorcery, as I like to say, now that we have Ed's archivist. But with the artist proofs and altars and original paintings and things, we have auctions every single day, 24/7 around the clock. I used to do like one auction a week. It's kind of funny. And then all of a sudden I was like, yeah, let's see if like sorcery is big enough to have like a marathon auction. I'll try it for like a week. And it was funny because it was in the early days before sorcery came out. I was auctioning the sample cards, the pre-alpha production test print cards. And I was doing it like via consignment. Like some people got these sample packs, like content creators and certain like community members through giveaways and things. And I ended up getting like, so I started this like auctioning thing because we didn't know what things were worth. I was like, I'll use some of my platforms and, you know, my Discord and Facebook groups and whatnot, and we'll try to auction them and we'll get some like organic price discovery that way. So I started doing that. And like I say, I was doing like one a day or one every few days because the market was small. I didn't want to saturate it. And then I started doing like every day for like a week. And I remember this one guy was telling me, this was years ago, before even Alpha came out. He was like, Mike, there's no way that's going to work. Like, it's going to saturate the market. No one's going to bid. It's too thin. You know, it's going to ruin everything. So I was like, well, let's just see how it goes. You know, we don't know. So I did it for like a week, and there was just insatiable demand for it, just like Dragonlord. And then like every day since, like literally for years, it's been 24/7. I'll usually do like an artist proof for 24-hour auction or an altar or a playtest card from Sorcery's early days or like a high-end card. And you do that on the Sorcery Contested Realm community Facebook group. You guys can find in my link tree in my show notes how to find the community group on Facebook. There's like 6,800 members currently. We got to make that push to 7,000. So if you're new to the channel, please join the Sorcery Contested Realm community Facebook group. You'll see it as 6,800 members, or the Collector Art House Discord, or now there is the Trusted Games Marketplace Discord, which I opened with Steve from Philosopher Cards. And the Trusted Games Marketplace is a Discord marketplace. I have a Facebook marketplace that has about 5,500 members or something like that. That's also pretty huge because I was doing the auctions exclusively in the community group, but I wanted to offer buy, sell, trade for people, for everyone to do openly, right? So I built a Facebook marketplace group, and it's called like the Sorcery Contested Realm Buy, Sell, Trade Marketplace, I believe. It's like 5,000 plus people. You can do normal listings, you know, for buy, sell, trade. And then Steve and I were like, we need like a new marketplace on Discord that has better security features. So when you join the Discord, it eliminates alt accounts and all this scammer nonsense that people try to do. So you don't get these fake accounts. And then it's more secure from the beginning. We don't rectify the problem. We do rectify the problem after the scam if there was a reported scam. But the point is we try to eliminate scammers at the door before the scam happens. So we try to like welcome in people with credibility. And then both on Facebook, I have a references group where you can go and get people can give you like a reference on a positive transaction or a negative, you know, if something goes wrong. And then same on Discord, you know, there's a reference part of TGM, Trusted Games Marketplace. But anyway, all those links are in my Discord. And the reason why I mention that is because what I do is every day I have a new artwork for auction. It's an altar or an artist proof. And then I do weekly paintings, but I never pre-announce what those are going to be, right? Because why do I do that? Well, for one, I am doing it for the artist. I'm selling the art for the artist like 99.9% of the time. I also do consignment for the community. So if you guys want to resell your altars or your paintings, I've also done plenty of that. But vast majority of the time, it's directly for the artist, and they get the majority of the proceeds. Of course, I get a small commission fee as part of the agreement because I do all the work with the logistics and the hosting and the marketing of it and whatnot. So it's kind of like a win-win, right? But I don't pre-announce because I don't want to hurt any of the artists' opportunity of bidding. If I say what all the bids are going to be for like the next week or month or whatever, people might not bid on the current item and you know, hold out for the thing that's coming in a week or something. That's one aspect of it. The second is just the natural organic beauty of surprise. It's fun. Like Sorcery is a once per year release game, right? So it's like, for some people that's great. They love that casual vibe. It's really quiet. For others, there's like this desperate lull where like, dude, there's no chatter going on. Is the game dying? Like, when is that next set coming? So when you're in the Sorcery community Facebook group or the Collector Arthouse Discord, you get to discover new artwork every single day. It's Sorcery artists painting on the back of their artist proofs. It's the best altarists in the world, amazing altarists, altering, paint, completely reimagining the card, the painting on the card. So it's new art every day. It's very fun. It's very exciting. You get these brilliant creative ideas. For us art enthusiasts and collectors, we just love that stuff, right? So that's the essence of it. It's a surprise, fun aspect every single day, and that's how it's designed to do. And it's a secure way for people to buy art and get it securely and get it shipped quickly and securely and packaged securely and all that kind of stuff. So without further ado, let's go to the overhead cam. I see you guys are talking in chat too, so I'm missing what you guys are saying here. A guy tried to scam you the other day on Facebook. Let me know if it was in my group. Let me know. There's several Facebook marketplace groups, but yeah, scams happen, and we crack down on that and ban people. When is the next set coming, Mike? I wish I knew, brother. I wish I knew. All right. So I'm going to go to the extra camera overhead cam now. And let's see, guys. Let's see if I'm rusty or if things actually work. It's been a while. Boom. Oh, no. Boom. All right. The keyboard has arrived. There is the Collector Arthouse logo in all its glory. All right. We are going to do a break. I cannot forget about the break. We got the logo. All right, what I need to do here, guys, is I'm going to go like that, and then we're going to do a switcheroo. All right, so overhead cam, I'm probably going to blow up my face here in a minute because we need some better overhead lighting. All right, so I'm lit up like a Christmas tree, but we're going to be able to see the cards a little better. So the sample pre-production cards is we've done like tons of sample pack openings on the channel. What happened to my boom arm here too? It doesn't seem like it's extended far. I guess it's all right. Yeah, it's pretty centered. But I get some glare because of the lights, right? So we have these sample cards, pre-production sample cards, the Windward Gem. These are the big time grails that are super rare. And actually, of course, the first one I grabbed, this is the only one that's ever been discovered. So sometimes we open sample packs, the pre-production sample packs on the show. We've opened like 40 of those. It's been amazing first ever discoveries. So I have the full set. There's multiple copies of these discovered. They do still number in the single digits, but that is the only Wind Ward that has ever been discovered. So those are always fun to show. I just have those chilling in the background here. But a few things. I was talking about the Trusted Games Marketplace. Right now, if you guys want to go check it out on Discord, we're doing a special thing where we're doing a giveaway. I don't know if Steve's still out there from Philosopher Cards. He can explain it in the chat, but there is a link. And again, you can go to my link tree, grab the link, join the Trusted Games Marketplace, or grab my link to it. Actually, what you're going to want to do is join it first. Then go to the announcements channel and create a new link. At the top, there will be an invite new members in the Trusted Games Marketplace announcements channel. And then do never expire. Post that link all over your social media and share the Trusted Games Marketplace link. So why do that, right? We want to grow the Trusted Games Marketplace because why? Because that benefits everybody, right? More buyers, more sellers, more traders. That's the essence of a marketplace. The bigger it gets, the bigger the value proposition to anyone who wants to buy, sell, or trade. So we're trying to grow it and to incentivize people to take action and help grow it. Since Discord's very hard. You can't just search for Discords, I don't believe. I don't think you could search for Discord channels. If you can, let me know. Maybe I'm just a moron, but it's very hard to find Discord channels. So it's kind of like a networking effect where people have to share it. That's the avenue to discovery. So we're trying to incentivize people to share it. And if you do, there's some giveaways we're giving, right? So the way it works is you post a link across your social medias, Reddit, Facebook, Discord, whatever, your network. People join the Trusted Games Marketplace with your link. We have a built-in tool within Discord that tells us where people were referred from. So your link that you created from the announcements page will be tied to anybody else who joins via your link. If 5 people join with your link, you are eligible for a giveaway event that Steve and I are going to do, where we'll be giving away this Headless Haunt card. This was printed by Eric Olofsson, printed in New Zealand, home printed by Eric, right? So it's one of the early playtest cards that I acquired from one of the early consultants of the game had these, right? And I acquired several of those from him. So this is my personal copy, and I will be giving this away. You got to have 5 referrals to get yourself on the wheel. This one was from one of the current game developers, Rafa Novellino. So he was like one of the first, you guys know him as Emberleaf on Discord. He was one of the first people that Eric ever hired specifically for game design. And here you can see he signed the card. So he also printed his own playtest cards, and I acquired these years ago. It was for my personal collection. I haven't sold these. I gave some of these away to patrons and stuff like that. But this one I'm going to give away as part of this fun promotional thing to grow the Trusted Games Marketplace. So these 2 cards will be given away at random. And then these are also early playtest cards printed by Eric. And the beauty of these is these are the Foot Soldier tokens. So I just auctioned a set of these. They sold for $333 for the set of 3. But each of these will be given away to eligible people at random on the wheel. And they're half size. In the final alpha print, they were quarter size because the printer got confused. Eric's Curiosa asked them to be half size, but they were already half size in production. So they did half size again, and it became quarter size. And then that ended up being a blessing because once you had the sight cards in the game, the half size would cover the full width of the card. So at quarter size, they were cute little tokens that fit perfectly over the Atlas site. And that is the fun history of that. Rule Zero podcast. I know you're doing great content, man. I don't know if you're newer to the game and if you knew that backstory, but the OGs, I've been around the game since like 2020, so it's like been 6 years, one of the early adopters, and a lot of people are aware of that. So I see you guys bidding. We're up to $13.50 on the Dragonlord box. Thank you guys so much. This is going to a great charitable cause. You guys are super generous, and you're going to get something pretty phenomenal and amazing on the way too. So while we have new people from Ed's Patreon, let me showcase some art before we get into the alpha break, and then you guys can experience alpha. So like I was saying, I never show ahead of time what auctions are coming up, but this week's a little different. I'm going to be busy with family stuff this week, And since we're doing this special live broadcast, I wanted to showcase original art from various artists. So I'm going to preview the auctions that are coming up this whole coming week at the Sorcery Community Facebook group and the Collector Arthouse Discord. So the first thing, let me show you what's going on this weekend. All right. So first, we have an original painting from Marta Molina. And this is a reimagined painting of Merlin's Tower. So you guys know Merlin's Tower is from the Arthurian Legends set in Sorcery Contested Realm. The original card artwork is as shown. This is the original artwork that Marta Molina did in the Arthurian Legends set. And you see this has square corners. That's because this is an artist proof card. So the artist proof cards, of course, have square corners in Sorcery instead of the rounded corners like the cards in the main set. And the artist proof cards are blank white backs. So they are painted by the artist. And Marta did this beautiful painting rendition of Merlin's Tower. This is the only the 8th copy that she's offered. It's a unique sight in the game with a powerful Genesis effect. So it's a really nice card. Her landscapes are amazing. She was an incredible altar artist before she became a published sorcery artist. So a lot of you guys know her, especially if you've been around Magic. She really made a name for herself in Magic the Gathering altar scene. And she did this reimagined concept of Merlin's Tower and then did a full-size painting to match the artist proof. So again, artist proof, this is on a card, and then this is a full-size painting that comes with that. And we're looking for an opening bid of $1,500 on this. You got to go to the Sorcery Community Facebook group or the Collector Arthouse Discord. When someone bids in Facebook, I copy paste that bid into Discord. When someone bids in Discord, I copy it into the auction listing thread in Facebook. So you don't have to be on Facebook. A lot of people hate Facebook. A lot of people don't want to mess around with talking all day on Discord. So to be inclusive of everybody, I mirror it 24/7 on both sites, and I copy it across 24/7 every day, all night. I see a bid, I copy it over. I see a bid in the other one, I copy it over. So in both places, everybody knows what the latest bid is. This is ending Sunday night for the painting and the card. Looking for an opening bid of $1,500. No reserve on that. So it could go for as low as $1,500, which some of Marta's proofs alone over the years have gone for $1,000. Some of her paintings have gone for that much alone. So it's an amazing value, and it's a unique, only 25 copies of that card as an artist proof have been made. So it's a very special deal. And the other thing, the other artist proof going this weekend. So both of these won Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. This is Heretics of Seth. Again, artist proof, square corners, square corner artist proof. Exceptional mortals subvert the holy order. So the whole idea of this is this guy steals your ward protection ability. When it comes into play, it steals a nearby ward. So the artist proof rendition he did of this, again, Jesse Pilkis, this is the first ever copy he's ever offered. I have a complete set of his Gothic artist proofs, and I've been auctioning one per week, and this is the one that's featured this weekend. This is evokes the spirit of his magician avatar from Gothic, which is a super popular avatar in the set because it like plays on this Magic the Gathering type of theme. But this is hand painted by Jesse. This is also ending Sunday night. At last check, it was at $300, and it's getting close to reserve on this. So someone's going to win that one this weekend. All right, so I'll show you another Jesse that's going to be coming up later this weekend. The Redmane Hyena. So I asked my Patreon supporters, the ones that are in my Collector Arthouse Discord, I tagged them in Discord. I said, what do you want to see this weekend? Do you want the Redmane or do you want the Heretics? They chose Heretics. So, all right, fine. Later this week, we'll have the Redmane artist proof coming for 24-hour auction sometime in the coming week, right? One of the weekdays. And there is the Redmane painting. So Jesse always has his signature style, very colorful. It's like a color splash, right? It's very striking. You know it's him immediately. And people play with these artist proofs. It's really awesome. They're showing up at events. They're showing up at local scenes and LGSs and stuff. And people are inserting them in their decks, just like altars. It's a ton of fun, a beautiful rendition of the Redmane, which is another very popular card in Gothic this time. The last one was Gothic from Jesse as well. But the Redmane, awesome original artwork, Awesome new painted artist proof. All right, so back to Marta. We're going to have an alpha artist proof. So always only 25 copies of each card is given to the artist as an artist proof. So this is one of the 25 from Marta. There were a total of 4 more copies in the initial Kickstarter pledge. So the top 4 backers, I was one of the top 4 backers of Sorcery. So I got a complete set of artist proofs of the alpha set. 1 copy of every single alpha card as an artist proof with a blank back. Marta got 25 copies. Every artist got 25 copies of each of their cards. So Riptide here, notice the waves. Ordinary magic to catch the unwary. So the unwary is this guy. He can't really swim, or he could, but he was pulled under by the Riptide. But what if the unwary could persevere and ride the crest of the wave? What would it be? What could ride a crest of a wave? A rubber ducky. Look at this one. You like this one, Destiny? It's a rubber ducky. She's busy running auctions tonight. Living my life. Thank you so much for keeping up in the chat and giving everybody an opportunity. I see the action still going on. But this is the beautiful Riptide from Marta Molina. This is hand-painted. So it's a gorgeous painting, underlying painting, right? And then the painted rubber ducky just cruising along the Riptide. Yeah, I knew you'd like it, Destiny. I had a feeling you'd like this one. So Marta, I'm really trying to get Marta to come to SorceryCon, guys. It's not confirmed. It's not definitive, but I'm trying to wear her down. I'm trying to get her there. Hopefully that'll be a late surprise. Not confirmed. We'll see. But this is one of the artist proofs coming up later this week. All right, over to play. Let's do one more. Let's do an altar, and then I'll show you the playtest cards coming up this week. All right, so from Pietro De Cero, I had a huge announcement yesterday. So I am one of the tournament organizers of SorceryCon. For those of you new to the channel, that's what Ed and I were talking about earlier. My role in SorceryCon is predominantly doing all of the artist engagement aspects. So I talk to all of the artists. I get all the artists to come to the event. I deal with all their the logistics of working with them to figure out logistics accommodations, getting their tables set up, talking about side events, artist panels we're going to do, the intimate side experiences, like Ed's thing that he talked about yesterday with his Draw a Dragon side event that we're going to have this year. So Pietro De Cero is coming from Italy this year. He's going to be one of our altarists. We have sorcery artists. We're going to have probably like 20 sorcery artists. It's going to be freaking amazing. And then we're going to have maybe like 5 altarists on top of that. So we're going to have 20 to 25 at least artists there. It's going to be incredible. And Pietro De Cero is a very popular artist in sorcery. Here is his take on Savior. So it's a fully reimagined painting. I announced yesterday that I secured a deal. I've been working out a deal with Premier Card Gaming, PCG, a very popular label in sorcery. They are coming to SorceryCon. First time to SorceryCon. They will man a table. You guys will be able to submit your cards for grading at the table at PCG. We're probably going to have, I think what we'll end up having is a potentially an expedited grading turnaround. You'll submit to them, but then you'll get your cards back after they go and grade them, maybe within a few weeks. Don't quote me on it. I'm trying to work out the details with the president of the North American business. So we're going to work out pricing. We're going to work out turnaround time, but you will indeed be able to submit your cards to them at the event. You'll be able to ask them whatever questions, understand the process, get comfortable with it, submit whatever cards you want. So that mitigates one leg of shipping. You just hand them their cards there, fill out the forms or whatever, and they're on their way, right? So Premier Card grading. Yeah, what did I say? Gaming? Premier Card grading. Sorry, man. I'm hungry. I'm dehydrated. Wolfsrain, welcome to the channel. I don't know if Wolfsrain is new to the channel. PCG certified. So Pietro, he's got his artist signature in there. He worked out this special label with PCG himself. Authenticated, so authentic. And it says Savior, Sorcery, Contested Realm, Gothic, Non-Foil, Avatar English, 2026 Artist Series, Altar, 1 of 1. Technique, acrylic and gold leaf. You see the gold leaf on the halo here? of the Savior. So that'll be coming up later this week. This is awesome because you could play with this slabbed avatar in the game. Avatars start in play in sorcery. So you could, take this out of the baggie, play with the baggie, whatever. If you want to protect the case and make sure it doesn't get scratched, you can literally play with this card in sorcery, this altar. Like you can all altars, but a slabbed altar is next level. All right, the other thing, I showed you guys the token foot soldiers. I will be auctioning a set of token frog tokens. Half-size frog tokens. John, I do not know if so Eric's Curiosa will not be selling Dragonlord boxes at SorceryCon. They do not sell their product at community events. So that much I can tell you with certainty. Eric's Curiosa might be sold out of it. I don't know. I think Eric's Curiosa is going to sell it at Avatar of the Realm. That's what they do. They use it as maybe they'll sell it at Gen Con too. I don't know. But I think they have very little supply left because the demand was insane at SCG Con. I think before the first couple of SCG Cons at the start of this calendar year, they're like, we're almost out, guys. So they either sold out at those events or they're going to have a small supply, whatever they have left. I would say they'll probably blow out at Avatar of the Realm as their capstone event for 2026. Will Ed have it at SorceryCon? I don't know. Maybe we should have asked him that when he was on the channel. I don't know. Or maybe he's still got to decide. I mean, there's a lot of time between now and then. Who knows? It might be sold out for Ed too. It's really getting scarce. All right, so the big card for this week, we're going to have a Grell S-tier early development playtest card. Again, another one of those cards that were printed by the game publisher, the game creator, Eric's Curiosa, as a playtest card in the infancy of sorcery. When he was home printing playtest cards in New Zealand, I was able to acquire these from someone affiliated with the game in the early days. And actually, this was one from a set of pre-con decks that he gave to another Swedish guy he met at a Sorcery Con, or not a Sorcery Con, excuse me. This was before Sorcery release, long before Sorcery Con. It was a guy he met at a Magic event a couple years before Sorcery release, if I remember the story correctly. It's on my website. And this is one of the iconic early cards in Sorcery. I'll show you the back as I'm describing it. This is going to come up Sunday to Friday, an extended auction, because this is a big-time playtest card, one of the super iconic cards that became iconic in Alpha and a big deal. As I recall, the painting was included in the collector tier as well. So here we go. Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper. A unique minion nobody can escape from. So look at the effect on this freaking thing. Voidwalk Immortal. Immortal, right? Was a keyword that was removed. Summon this Reaper to a random location determined by rolling a d20. When the Reaper enters the same site as another minion, kill that minion. Then place the Reaper in your cemetery. So in the early days, I remember the big thing was forget the d20. We're going to combo the Reaper with the predestination, as it was known at the time. There's the original painting. Key Thera mechanism, right? Where you choose the outcome. All outcomes are chosen by you. So the Grim Reaper, forget the d20. You pick the grid space on the board. Bada bing, bada boom, dead. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, what's going on here? At the rate they were moving, and I don't think you'll have any left for SorceryCon if you reopen it. Yeah, man. Dude, I'm telling you, it's getting very scarce. So there's some beautiful art for you guys. This one is up this weekend. These two are up this weekend. These two are coming throughout the week. And the big one will be the Grim Reaper. And the Frog Tokens and the Pietro de Cero Savior. So now you got a preview of everything coming for the coming week at the Sorcery Contested Realm Community Facebook group and the Collector Arthouse Discord. We did not reach reserve on the Accursed Tower. I got some inquiries on people that were interested in buying potentially the Artist Proof and the original painting, which I have over here. Where did I put it? It's over there. You see it, guys? That is the original painting for Accursed Tower from Mikhail Nagypal. So I have all of Mikhail's paintings from Gothic and Juan Machuca, at least what's left of them. A few have sold. Actually, by the way, there is the original painting and the Mayor. Those are both originals from Mikhail up there. I do not personally own those. Those will be offered for direct sale or auction. Some people have been making direct sale offers, and we've been able to work out a deal. Same with wand stuff, and a lot more of wands have sold, but I still have a few of Juan Machuca's left as well, and a few other artists, by that matter. All right, so enough screwing around, guys. What we need to do. You guys are still going hard for the charitable items. We're at 575 on Moonsong. All right, guys. Axe Tool. I don't know if Chris and his wife Jennifer are out there. The craftsman of the realm. And Jennifer. Oh, sticker box, by the way, guys. Sticker box. I forgot to be careful with the saran wrap because I like to wrap the sticker around my Z's 3D printed model back there. And by the way, do you guys know about Z's? There's a documentary, the Chest Bra. Hey, Destiny, by the way, I did get an eyebrow wax today and a haircut today. But this is what happened. So I went to the salon, the nail salon, right? And I was like, I need a waxing. So they give me a waxing right away, no problem, right? But then I go to the haircut place. And what happens when you're Italian and you got these big bushy brows, it's not enough to get the waxing done. The waxing is think of it as like a north, south, east, west treatment, right? They're going to get the middle, they're going to get underneath, they're going to get above, and they're going to get the sides. But you're still going to be bushy, like Groucho Marx style, right? And that's a problem. So what you need to do is when you go to the barber shop, you need them to trim that shit up. You either got to get it shaved down or you got to scissors it. But the problem is I got this lady, I don't think she spoke any English, honestly. I was talking to her. I sit down in the chair and I'm like, I need like a 1.5. And she's like, 2? I was like, no, 1.5. And she's like, 2? I was like, 1.5. I said it very nice. I was like, no, 1.5. High fade. So she wasn't really getting it. She wasn't really getting it, you know? So I just sat there, started hacking away. And then I was like, I can't have her mess with the brows, you know? So I don't know if I'm going to have the wife do it or I'm just going to have to scissors it myself. But, I'm at risk here. I'm a little off my game. So I don't know. I'm probably going to feel a little self-conscious this week. You've had this conversation? Sorts of Sorcery. Is that Keel? Sorts of Sorcery? I don't know. Keel never shows up. It's been a while, Keel. I don't know what your Facebook name is anyway. Or anymore. It's been too long, brother. It's been too long. All right, guys. So this is an alpha box. You just saw me open it, so no shenanigans, no cabal action, no cabals in this room with me right now. It's just me. No one from the cabal. There's been rumor and speculation. Oh, it's not Keel. Okay, that's actually good. That's a good. I knew Keel was a no-show. I'm gonna go bust his balls later. All right. So you got the see the alpha logo there. So Sorts of Sorcery. I remember you being in a lot of the breaks, watching a lot of breaks in the early days. Like Keel used to do before he abandoned me. Like Lord of Itza and these guys turn their backs on me. They never show up. They never want to come to my lives, you know? What the other YouTube, the other personalities in Sorcery have nothing to do with the Arthouse. You know, it's all clicks, right? Where's Frogman? He knows about the clicks in the communities. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very clickish. Divisive clickish, as they say. I don't know why. It's a fun show. I got those caterpillars, Fabrock. I need that trimmed up. It is horrible they aren't here. It's disrespectful. Why not? It's Friday. What are these guys doing on a Friday night? It's 11:30 on a Friday night. Even if they were West Coast, which they're not, they're East Coast, then it's 8:30. What are you doing at 8:30 on a Friday night? You know? They're married. They definitely don't have gumas. They're lucky to be married. To be honest. Let's be honest about it. All right, we're going to the wheel. And I got a bunch of artist names on the wheel for some reason. I don't know why that would be. That doesn't even make sense. I don't even know why that is. I think I was, it must have been a copy-paste translation from SorceryCon artist attendees. No respect for the Wax House. That's absolutely correct. These guys are always busting my chops, Destiny. No respect at all. All right, so we need to get the wheel loaded up. I got guys in Discord DMing me. Oh, we got 3 guys that joined the. So Fleecy, Necrobomicon, and Cast Iron Pots. Welcome to Discord. If you guys, where's my link tree? Let me promote my link tree here, guys. So actually, because I know when I say it's in the show notes, people are like, "What? What's a show note?" All these boomers in sorcery, they don't know what a show note is. I'm not even sure if that's the right term, honestly. Oh, I shared the wrong thing. All right, so there's the link tree. If you go to link, it's actually linktr.ee. I never understood why that, like, this business here has the most impossible named. So I always got to Google it. I got to type in like Linktree Collect Arthouse, and it finds it. But if you go here, let me show you guys actually what it looks like. Actually, I should probably shut down some other stuff because who knows what you guys might do. Bunch of savages out there. I don't know what else. I don't have anything too controversial up, but you never know. All right, so there's the welcome menu. All right, I think we're clean, guys. This is what we're going to do. We're going to share the other screen, and then we're going to get into this alpha break. We had a 2-hour open tonight. So usually I have about a 1-hour open, but we got through most of the news and reveals, I believe. I talked about PCG. There you go. So at that link I have on the screen, you go to Collect Arthouse Linktree, and over the past handful of years, I've created all these different platforms. It started with the collectorarthouse.com website. Then I started the Facebook community group, the Sorcery Contested Realm community Facebook group. Then I added the marketplace. Then I added the references group for the marketplace. Then I added Collect Arthouse Discord. I don't know if this is the right sequence, but all these things, the website, the Facebook groups. I have Sorcery Art Market on Facebook, the Sorcery Altars and Artist Proofs group. So here, I probably should just read off the freaking screen. So the Patreon, you just go to the link tree and you can click all these buttons and join all these forums. Collect Arthouse Patreon, collectorarthouse.com website, which has a lot of curated original art content, history of the game, articles, interviews with at least a dozen artists, sorcery and altarists. The Facebook group, community Facebook group, Collect Arthouse Discord, Trusted Games Marketplace, Sorcery Art Market Facebook group, Sorcery Artist Proofs and Altars Facebook group, Sorcery Marketplace Buy Sell Trade Facebook group, and the Collect Arthouse Facebook group. And there it is, guys. I hate reading. I just wore myself out. I don't know if I have it in me to do the break anymore. That was a lot of reading, I'm going to be honest. Oh, someone else just joined. Look, someone found the page. Wait, hang on a second. Was that true? Someone just found the link tree. Rule Zero. Welcome. Rule Zero's got a great YouTube channel, guys. I am not qualified to do content on gameplay and gaming material. Rule Zero does a lot of great content in that regard. So you guys gotta check out his stuff. On my channel, you're going to find art enthusiasm. You're going to find history of the game. You're going to find market talk, speculation on future sets. It's kind of like a variety show of sorts. And the greatest live show experience in the world, besides Ed Bear Jr. Patreon, of course. He also does a great live show. But YouTube live shows. He also does YouTube, actually, but via his Patreon, for his Patreon members. But the live show is generally what the YouTube channel is about, but I also do recorded content from time to time. I really enjoy the lives because I like the impromptu nature of it. But, there's another person I got to welcome in. Okay, Fausty. I'm clicking off that page. I'm easily distracted. We'll never get to this break if I don't stop. Oh, did I post that picture? So we have a great time in the Discord as well, guys, as you can see. I have posted every single day for the past 4 years. February 7th, 2022, I started the Sorcery Contested Realm community Facebook group. I posted every single day for 4.5 years since then to grow that group to the 6,800 members that it's at today. So it was a labor of love. But in the Collect Arthouse Discord, we're also in there every day chatting to my wife's dismay, right? Because I'm always like face down looking at my phone. I got to show you the back of the phone. It's got a charger. I'm always looking at it like this, and she's always looking at my forehead and my butchered haircut, you know? She'd like to see my face every once in a while, and the kids too. But I try to multitask as best I can. But that's the life, guys. You got to maintain the 24/7 auctions. You got to deal with the trolls. You know, you got to get the brows waxed. You got to keep the fingernails clean because you're a professional breaker. I'm not really a breaker per se, but I do like to open alpha boxes from time to time. We do breaks. This one I did exclusive for Patreon supporters, but typically the alpha box breaks are open to everybody. So you guys don't have to join Patreon to be part of the breaks, but I always offer special pricing for Patreon supporters. They get a discount per pack. And also I collaborate with many of the artists. I sell playmats, and typically it's like a $5 per item discount for Patreon supporters. So basically you buy one thing at the lowest tier, it pays for your Patreon for a month, right? You buy a few things, it pays for itself in a year easily for a year's membership. So if you guys want to join the Patreon, that's an option. I have a collaboration coming up with Curio Cavern. I forgot I gave him a sample back. We're going to launch that pretty soon. We have the Art of Juan Machuca, all of his Gothic concept sketches. It's like a montage that he assembled. He designed this playmat, right? And it's a cloth playmat that you could fold up and unfold. And it's very light, and you could throw it in your backpack and bring it to Sorcery Con or Explorer Series, your LGS, whatever you want to do. All right, so the wheel's loaded up. We'll give it a good shuffle. Should we do a pack blender? A blender box? You know what a blender box is, for old time's sake? Let's do it like that, guys. So instead of going left to right, I'm going to open all 3 sections of the box, and we're going to give them a good mix to really try to randomize. Instead of going left to right, everybody's got these theories on this is the best, that's the best, left column, right column, bottom left pack, bottom right pack. That's a fun way to do it. It's also fun to just chaotically mix it up. So let me go back to the overhead cam before you guys call me a scammer, because I went off screen or something. Everyone's got these off screen theories. All right, so we're just going to shuffle up the packs all over the place so we get a good mix. And then I could just grab them at random as I roll the wheel of names, okay? So we'll do a good mix-up without damaging the cards. Hey, Fabrock, you watch all my lives, man. I appreciate you, dude. I hope you can make it to Sorcery Con. I think you said you're coming. If you're not, you're dead to me, by the way. After all those compliments, you're dead to me if you don't come to the Sorcery Con. So you better make it happen. But no, I appreciate you watching the show. My point was, I think you've been watching for a long time, and you may remember, I used to open up alpha. I used to do alpha breaks by the case. We would have like four-hour marathon shows. No guest. Just right into the boxes, 6 boxes, case level, 1 or 2 cases. And I would do a blender. I had a case for the Bearish acrylic cases, right? They make the best acrylic cases in the world for your booster boxes, for your individual card packs, for your starter decks, your pre-con decks. So I had like a case, a box that looked like a case of sorcery cards. I got a case over there, but it's full of boxes, so it's heavy. I would put them all in there and mix them up. A whole case, 6 boxes worth of packs, 39 times 6, whatever that is. Hundreds of packs, all mixed up. And we'd have the blender breaks. So that's what this is. It's kind of like a pseudo blender break. We're just mixing up the packs at random. And then we're going to crack into it. There's 39 packs in the box. Why 39? Why not 36? Because there were delays to the Kickstarter fulfillment. So as an apology per se, Eric's Curiosa said we're going to add 3 more packs. Conveniently, it also filled out the box very cleanly, right? So I think Eric he was looking for an excuse to do this because he's so anal, he's so meticulous. He probably hated the packs were moving around within the box. So he's like, we'll add 3 more, 1 per stack, and then it fills it perfectly, solves the problem, and it's a reward. And the same thing for the pre-con kits, right? You put a pack in the pre-con kits. So it goose the value of the alpha pre-con deck kits. So that's why there's 39 instead of 36. In the other sets, 36 packs. Released in Gothic. In Arthurian Legends, it was 24 because it was a smaller set. All right, so back to the wheel of names. No more screwing around. We have the contestants. We have Genosha's in for 10 tonight. How do you get into the breaks? This isn't Whatnot style. You can't buy in live right now. What you do is you join the Collector Arthouse Discord. That's usually where I advertise it. I'll go to Patreon too to get the word out sometimes. But those are like typically the Discord. I'll make an announcement. You buy the packs. I'll list the price. When it sells out, I schedule the break. So Genosha for 10, User 17 for 6, Astral for 8, Roberto's for 5. DevBot, I know it's DevBot, man. I got a typo there when I was printing the labels. I was giggling like a schoolgirl about that one. All right, here we go. No more messing around. Are the auctions done? I don't know. There's so much going on in the chat. I apologize, guys. Can Mike DM me on Discord to confirm details and such? Actually, Handlebar, if you could DM me, I don't know how to find you on Discord. If you can join the Collector Arthouse Discord, go to my link tree, join the Collector Arthouse Discord. Collector Arthouse Mike, just send me a direct message, and I can get Destiny any information she needs. So, yes, again, thank you all for bidding and supporting the charity. Ed Bear Jr. He raises many thousands of dollars for charity every year. I'm really starting to get into charity. I did some personal things with my friend whose daughter was diagnosed with a very serious form of cancer. We raised, what was it, guys? $28,000 for that family, specifically my friend and his daughter, who's a very young girl, 6 years old, I want to say. And it's awful. She lost part of her leg, at the knee down on one of her legs or the thigh, and to remove like a cancerous tumor found in her leg. It's been through hell, and they're getting a lot of the chemo treatments and all this stuff. We raised $28,000 for them. We raised maybe $6,000 for my other friend. My other friend, he texted me on it was April. Oh, no, it wasn't. Was it April Fool's Day? That can't be. I lost another friend who was was deployed in the military on April Fool's Day many, many years ago, like in the early 2000s. But this was recent. It was, shit, that's terrible. I forget the day. It was the day that I'm laughing a little bit because he texted me that morning. He told me that Italy was not disqualified. Italy did not qualify for the World Cup. He texted me, and I was like cursing up a storm. I was like, what? I was like, are you effing with me right now? And the last thing he sent to me was like a meme of like, it was this hilarious meme of this guy being like, nope. And then like I see him typing, right? And he stopped. I see the typing literally. It was in the morning because I remember I was getting ready for work. I went to work. Later at night, I was getting ready for bed. And his wife like texted me and he was like, hey, I saw like it was a long text message. So I was finished flossing. I floss every night, guys. You got to wax the brows. You got to cut the nails. You got to floss the teeth to protect the gums. So I was flossing. I was doing the whole drill. I was like, I'll read that in a minute. Right. So I got done brushing my teeth. I read the message. He was like, hey, I just want to let you know, I saw Will was talking with you this morning. I wanted you to know he didn't respond because he passed away today. So I was like, what? Was it on April Fool's Day? Because I was like, this cannot be serious. And I was like, just like stunned, because he literally texted me that morning. I was the last person he was talking to over a text message. And she was like, yeah, his daughter found him in the other room. He was unresponsive. She's a nurse, so she tried to administer CPR, did what she could, but he passed. He was like, he's similar in age to me. He was like 40. He might have been like 46 or 47, very young, and like in fine health. I think she said he thought he asphyxiated. Like I didn't really know what that meant. I think it's like when you eat something or something and it goes down the wrong way, you can literally suffocate. And I think that's what happened to him. So it was very unexpected. He was in fine health, and he's got two young kids. The older daughter's like middle school. I think she might be a freshman. I think she's going into freshman year of high school. And, she's got ADHD. The younger son's like my middle son's age, 7, 8, something like that. He's got like he's autistic, and he's like needs a lot of special care. So, now the wife can't work. It was a big mess. We raised, I did a sample pack break, I think, or an alpha box break or two for them. That kind of kicked it off. We did a GoFundMe. So these charities mean a lot. They help a lot of people. Those were two that we did, special cases, personal circumstances. The Ronald McDonald House, I was telling that resonates beautifully with the first example that I talked about with my other friend who's dealing with the cancer with his daughter, because the Ronald McDonald House will take care of the family. They don't have to worry about the medical costs, like the family. You can imagine the emotional stress on top of the financial stress of your kids dealing with this life-threatening illness, and you got to see the young child like go through the chemotherapy, amputations sometimes, like it depends, like chemo, radiation, all this stuff, and they're sick all the time, and you're at the hospital with them all the time, and you know the cost. You can't work, you got food, you got medical bills. So the Ronald McDonald House is a beautiful cause. It's a great thing, and you guys tonight raised thousands of dollars through the generous gesture by Ed and Destiny. So thank you very much to Ed and Destiny and to Ed. And let's open some freaking alpha, for God's sake. my voice is wrecked. Join at the link tree here if you won the auctions, is where that conversation started. And DM me and I can get Destiny any of the information that she needs. All right. Onto the wheel. Without further ado, here we go. Thank you guys for your kind words. All right, Astral for 8. Astrals, I saw you in the chat, man. So hopefully you're still out there, and we didn't burn you out after. I was laughing because I was looking at the timestamp. 2 hours and 10 minutes. All right, so you're off the wheel. Yo, what's up, Astral? All right, so we got you for 8. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do random upon random. I mixed up all the packs. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? 11:42. The night is young. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 packs. I got some top loaders, some pennies. We need our good luck charm cards. All right, so I was talking about Z's. And there's a Z's documentary coming out. This is the Apostles of Themerial to the sick cons. That's a common. That's like saying that's a term of endearment in Australia and these southern planets like Australia and New Zealand. I'm not sure which, maybe both. And you got Pedro Ferrero's the artist proof. He surprised me with this card. He sent it to me as a gift because I auctioned some of his proofs for him, and he's like, "Mike, what's your favorite card of mine?" I was like, I don't know. I'll go with the Apostles because I own the Candlemas Monks, and I like it kind of mirrors the monks in a way. And then he paints Z's on the back. So I like having Z's in the background. And then the only magic card that I've bought since childhood is this altered magic card of the Smothering Tithe by his name's I always forget his name. It's hard to remember, man. Altered. Is it Altered or something like that? Oh God. I'm doing them dirty here. But I saw this Leo Smothering Tithe, and I was like, that must be mine. I don't care that it's on the magic card. It's perfect. It's perfect for breaks. It's perfect for everything. It's perfect for morale, inspiration. So we'll have Z's, and we'll have Z's and Leo for this first opening. All right, lucky Leo, bring it. This is the only way I'm going to see some of the Frazetta cards. Do you think there will be some kind of trip to the... Oh, actually, yeah, Rule 0. Funny you should mention that. My buddy Juan Machuca said, hey, I told him about it. It's like 2-hour drive. I think it's 2 hours each way from the venue. So, yes, actually, I think a group of us will organize. Maybe I'll do it with the Patreon supporters. However, I know it's done by the family, and I don't know if they want a large crowd. So I do need to call them and see if that would be viable if we went with what I'm getting at is we're probably going to go with some artists and sorcery fans. Yes. So yeah, we're going to try to make that happen. So if you're interested, man, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. If you guys are interested, let me know. Let me know in the Discord. I don't know. I'll figure out a way to coordinate and see who's interested. Just message me or something. Maybe I'll start a list. Twist of Fate. There's only a few Santiago Caruso cards in Alpha. He is a great artist, has a massive following on Instagram. So do you guys still want the... Let me get rid of the link tree. It's probably annoying you guys, right? It's obstructing the view. I'll stop showing my own stuff. You can join all my platforms. You can find the link tree in the description of the video. Oh, the Amethyst Core. How about it there, Astral? There's the way to start it. I showed you guys. Someone take a screenshot of this with Leo. I kind of want the Arthouse logo in there too, though. All right. Someone take a screen. Where's Dan? Is Dan still on? He always bails early, that freaking guy. Show the alpha version far left, the sample in the middle, and Leo. And then Z's too. The Windward Gem and the Amethyst Core. This is the only sample version in the world. There's more alpha versions. You can find the pop on my website on those. So that is a great, unique pull from the Alchemy 9, as they call it. If you guys are new to sorcery, color me intrigued. Rule 0, what is your background in gaming? Were you a Magic guy? I've seen your you're the one I told you can post on the community group, right? You're because I saw you posted on the official Facebook group and said, why don't you go ahead and post in the community group as well and broaden your reach. So I saw you've been doing that lately, which is great. We can all discover your content, but that's you, right? Because I know your name's not Rule 0 on Facebook. Anyway, I forgot where I was going with that. But it's good to hear you coming to Sorcery Con. Happy to hear it. All right, guys. What's next? Sneak Thief. And the lighting's pretty good. Oh, you know what? I can zoom a little more, though. How about I do that? So you can actually see the cards. How about that one? Yeah, so if you're one of your Ed's Patreon supporters, hopefully you stick around and discover a little sorcery. This is these alpha boxes are selling for over $2,000 nowadays. There was that eBay shenanigans that sold for like $3,300, which seemed like a fugazi or an anomaly. The Vile Imp. Guy actually said in my Discord and a few places that he was bidding on it. Some other people, but oh, you've been a Magic guy since '94? Yeah, that's about same for me as well. But then I stopped. What happened was I grew up in Rochester, New York. I've told this story before. I actually have a YouTube video about my backstory and how I got into sorcery. But I played as a kid, and then halfway through freshman year of high school, I come home from school or something, and my dad says, my dad worked for Kodak at the headquarters in Rochester, New York. He said, we're moving. I was like, what do you mean we're moving? He's like, yeah, I got a job in Pennsylvania. I was like, what? It's like, I'm a freshman in high school. I'm a pimply bastard. I need some Accutane. I think I was on Accutane at the time. It's kind of funny. Because it's like a depressant, basically. Then he tells me I'm going to lose all my childhood friends and move to freaking Philadelphia suburbs. It's like, what? So it's pretty, kind of effed me up mentally a little bit. Maybe that's why I'm such a cynical bastard. But it was a tough move, man. I lost all my childhood friends. I never played Magic again. And so I go up there. I got family up there, and I get to see some of my childhood friends still, which is amazing. I was up there recently, unfortunately, for a passing of my uncle. He's 88 years old. Passed away a few weeks ago. So I was on Father's Day. I went to his funeral, but I got to see my friends, my childhood friends. So that was a beautiful thing. It's always a pleasure. But that's my story, man. I never played Magic again. Never. After I moved, that was in 1995, maybe 1996. Once it went to like Mirage or Ice Age or one of those, I was out. I was about out at that time. And that's it. Never played again. Got back into TCGs. I don't know. In the 20-teens-ish era. And then Sorcery came along and I was hooked. And I was like, man, original hand-painted art is back, baby. I'm in. Oh! How about that one, Rule 0? You asked for it, baby. The Death Dealer, brother. The Death Dealer. Are you kidding me? That is the hit. That is the Frazetta of Frazettas. He hits the core and the screenshot it. The death screenshot that, please. The core, the Death Dealer, and the Leo. You're not getting the Leo, man. I know you're on fire, but I'm keeping Leo for me. Yes, the Death Dealer, unbelievable. I literally just bought this box and to do the break, And you get a Lighthouse foil dual land. Oh, my God. What a freaking hit. Oh, the Death Dealer is so godly. What's the Death Dealer worth nowadays? Is Philo card still on? He's probably drooling on his pillow already. I know he's drooling on his pillow, man. He's a soft old man, that Philo cards. He said he might be watching, not talking. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He's probably got his AirPods on and at least hearing my trash talk. You drifted off when I get to college. Yeah. Oh, 2010. Are you? What do you mean? 645? No, for a non-foil Death Dealer. For a non-foil Death Dealer, $645. Are you kidding me, dude? It's sick. It's a $645 card. Is that what you're saying, Astral? How much did you pay to get into this break? Let me do some clutch math here with my phone calculator. So I did this break at $70 because the box prices were popping off. So 70 times 8, you paid $560 for the break, and you profited on one pull. On one pull, you profited. People thought it was too high. Festoon, what's up, man? Festoon's Realm. I gotta watch your video, man. I fell asleep last night. I'm sorry I didn't persevere for your premiere. Stone Gaze. You did get a foil. It's the Poon Pegasus from Melissa Benson. Beautiful. So I think I did a behind the art story on that one. If you guys go to collectorarthouse.com, go to the behind the art, or go to the articles page, and then behind the art, you might find a story about that, or go to the Sorcery Community Facebook group and search for Poon Pegasus. I did it either there on my Patreon or a behind the art article on collectorarthouse.com. But this one is the original art concept for Mesa Pegasus. So Rule 0, you'll appreciate this one as a 1994 Magic the Gathering guy. So the Mesa Pegasus, as you know, at least from Revised and Magic the Gathering, this was the original artwork that Melissa Benson submitted to the art director, Jesper Merfos, right? And he asked her to change the design to what it actually Mesa Pegasus ended up being. So when she did Poon Pegasus for Sorcery, she reinvoked that first initial sketch concept. And I actually think I have it in an issue of a magazine, or I profiled it in that behind the art article, but I found that sketch concept of her initial Mesa Pegasus. And now it finally manifested in Sorcery decades later, which is really amazing, right? So you got 3 foils. You got the exceptional dual sight, 2 ordinaries, the monster Death Dealer, and the Amethyst Core. This box is hot already. Incredible, Astral. You crushed. Foils 120. Dude, you are doing very well. It's a good day for you. Gambling pays off, kids. It pays off sometimes, I suppose. It is It's not gambling. You shouldn't say that. I could get demonetized and thrown in jail and sued or something. Maybe all of those things. I'm not sure. Should never say that on YouTube. If you want to be a YouTube content creator, word of advice. Learn from my mistakes. All right. Back to... Oh, look at that. Look at that baby chilling. Getting advertisements over here. Back to the wheel. The Death Dealer is pulled. Looks like I'm shooting for the foil version. Yeah. Sorry, DevBot. Did you want that one, man? Of course you would. Because it's a banger. User 17 for 6. User 17 for 6. All right. Packs are here. Just slide them back. 1, 2, 3. I'll just do 3 across, 3 across. 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Hot box so far. That's a great start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wolf's Rain, are you new to the channel? I didn't recognize your name. If you are, welcome in. Handlebar, are you new to the channel? Are you guys Ed Beard Jr. fans? Or How did you discover the channel? If you guys are new to the channel, let me know in chat. Oh, Divine Reckoning. All right, man. If you guys are new to the channel, let me know, and let me know how you discovered Collector Arthouse. Arthouse Mike, demonetization and prison sentence coming. That is possible. Oh, the backstab. It's just not the foil. Backstab and foil, guys, is one of those. Oh, you know what? Did I forget to check a boss troll earlier? I think I did. Astral, did I pull a boss troll for you and forget to check if it was a curio? Were you guys like actually screaming about that? Let me do I need to go back and check? I really don't want to. Let me know if I need to. I kind of don't want to. But let me know if you insist. Or maybe just surprise you when you get it. Was lucky enough to snag that Andrina? Yeah, man. Oh, I know you're named by Divine Reckoning. I just didn't know you were a Wolf's Rain. Yeah, I was just babbling too much, dude. And I completely forgot to check if the boss troll is a curio. Look at that. The Sisters of Silence. That is a painting right there, guys. Ossie's the man. I sold a painting for Ossie recently. If you guys are interested in one of Ossie's paintings, let me know. I helped him sell oh shit, what was the name of that painting, man? What was the name of that painting, guys? The guy just shared it in my Collector Arthouse Discord. The Ossie Haikala one. You guys, Divine, you're in the Discord every day. You know what I'm talking about? The painting the guy showed in Rescue. Rescue is what it was. It's a beautiful painting. And yeah, I was really tempted to buy that one myself. It was a great selection by the guy who decided to buy it, I gotta say. All right, user 6. User 1746 packs. It's a nice turnout tonight. Still 32 people hanging on. I appreciate that. Midland Army. Really epic painting. So there is a story to this artwork. I'm going to set that aside. We'll talk about it. So as you guys know, I'm kind of I befriended Tony Sudlow very early on. I've had him on the show many times actually, and in fact, I might have him on again. I've been meaning to, and I think he'd really enjoy it. So I am going to have him on. He's a fun guy, and the fans love him. And in the early days, I was helping him sell some of his artist proofs, and we were growing the sorcery community Facebook group and this and that. A lot of the artists, like almost all of the artists in the sorcery community Facebook group, actually even Luke Peterschmidt joined the group this week. One of the co-creator along with Keith Parkinson for Guardians CCG. He joined, which is awesome because we love Guardians. It's a great inspiration for sorcery. But I collaborated with Tony early on to do a giveaway. And in these pockets of crowds, like Tony always likes doing Easter eggs in his artwork, right? So we posted the original artwork and we asked people to look for a few of the different Easter eggs. And if they wanted, as I recall, they won like a print with a remark on it. He did like a little sketch in the corner or something like that. And in the crowd, I believe it's one of these in the back left. And the resolution is such that I don't believe you can see it on the card. But maybe I might have to go to the. I know my breaks are very unconventional, guys, because I go on these tangents with the history of the game and art stories and stuff. Oh, I don't know why I'm sleeving up this one. I guess I'll do it for you. It's a unique alpha. I don't sleeve the non-foils typically unless it's like a Alchemy 9 card or something. But let's try this, guys, real quick. This is a fun thing. So I'm gonna go to the Facebook group and just make sure. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to the Sorcery Community Facebook group. We have 6,800 members, roughly. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this search, and I'm going to go for Midland Army, okay? And you can search for any card in here. You're going to find all kinds of posts with that card, with the history of the game, stuff I posted, other people posted. Here's Brent from September of 2025, showing prints he got from Tony. So Midland Army, and then I scroll down. Here you go, guys. All right. This is a teaser for the upcoming Midland Army. This was May 7th, 2022. 4 years ago, over 4 years ago, we did this teaser. We did this collaboration with Tony Sudlow well before the game even came out. All right, so here it is, guys. Here's the card. This was actually, all right, this is awesome, actually. This is a digital version of the card. Notice in the alpha card, the differences. You can't see it in my mini screen, right? Look at the screen. 9 to cast, 3 threshold, 9 power. In the alpha print, it was 8 to cast, 4 threshold, 8 power, right? So that was a change. A unique army of mortals, yours to command. That stayed the same. Summon the army on the 2 middle sites. The 2 middle sites, right? It occupies both those sites and can't move. There isn't a middle site anymore in Sorcery because they changed the grid. This army can carry out ranged attacks to any site in the realm, and blocking does not tap it. The final version of this card, you tap it, target a location up to 3 steps away, deal 4 damage to each unit there. Deathrite, summon a foot soldier token to each adjacent location. So dramatic change, right? But the reason I called this up is because we did this giveaway contest. You cannot see it in the resolution of the card. However, in the original painting, if I zoom, let me see. Oh, I can't even zoom enough in here. I can't even zoom enough in here to see it. But in one of these crowds, there is a Grim Reaper who's walking across the crowd. That is the Easter egg in Midland Army. Let me see if this was it. Let me check the comments here. Oh, there you go. Melissa Benson chimed in 4 years ago, and she said, working with just the title is very refreshing. So she was complimenting Eric on his simple art direction, which allowed the artist to creative freedom to do as they wish. So you see Jeff Menges liked this post, Simon Swan from the company liked the post, and Red Zone Rogue, Kellen Charles. And Red Zone Rogue said, it's so awesome to see you working on a card game again. And Benson says, nice to have a game worth working on. There you go. You got the artists in the group. It's a great vibe in here. Oh, all right. So Nate Infinity won it. Oh, 4 Reapers, symbolizing the 3 soldiers accepting their potential fate going into battle. Look closely at all Tony Soto's artworks. There are many interesting things to find. So there's actually 4 Reapers. At the precise moment of death, your soul he collects. Dude, it's just a fun. It's a fun nostalgic memory thinking back 4 years ago. 4 years ago, we're discovering Easter eggs before the game even released. Reapers in the crowd, Easter eggs from Tony Sudlow's. Tony Sudlow, artist, one of the legends of fantasy art. TSR days, shared a studio with Alan Pollock, Jeff Easley, Tony Sudlow. He Brahm, he worked with Brahm at TSR. It's awesome, guys. It's awesome. The awesome insights. Far East Assassin. Lightning Bolt. Beautiful artwork. I always love that one. All right. Well, user 17. Go on in here. It's after midnight. Thanks, Rule. Yeah, I like to bring something special and unique to the channel with my historical knowledge of the game. I've just been in the scene since the very early days. So I got a lot of historical knowledge of everything that's happened since the very beginning of Sorcery. All right, so the Midland Army was a nice, unique pull. You did get an elite foil. 2 elite foils, in fact. The Sisters of Silence and the Purge Juggernaut. So not bad. 2 elite foils. You had at least that one nice unique pull. I didn't really pay attention to the other. elites and uniques. Are you guys on different time zones? Time zones? You guys go hard, man. It's after midnight. Still got 28 people hanging on. Ganosha for 10. He was the first one to buy in, I believe. So I hope you do well, man. I appreciate the support. I really appreciate and love doing these breaks. You don't make a ton of money on breaks because freaking the boxes are so expensive. My primary motive for doing it is to have a live experience with the fans, because I feel like recorded content can feel a little contrived sometimes. I'm not always like super motivated to do it. It feels like weird. I like interacting with people, so I love doing the lives. Oh, it's 6 p.m. where you are? Oh, you're in Hawaii. That makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, that's a sacrifice. 6 p.m. in Hawaii, being indoors. Maybe you're on the beach watching this. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I used to go out to Oahu for Ghost is in Hawaii as well. I used to go out to Oahu for work sometimes, and I would stay on the East Coast U.S. time zone. And the Frogman, thanks for popping in. I'm glad we could entertain you when it's convenient for you. I was busting your balls mercilessly earlier because it was deserved, as you know. Did we open any foil plagues? No, not yet. Not yet. I did open a Death Dealer and the Windward Gem Core, whatever they're calling it. I don't know the alpha names. Oh, the wife forced dinner on you? Yeah. She must be trying to plump you up to preserve your corpse before the neighbors get suspicious. You know? You might atrophy slower. I sold that original painting. Beautiful. Beautiful original painting. Oh, Vietnamese in the house. Where is Vietnam? What kind of time zone you got over there? I have no idea. I'm very uncultured. I am married to a Korean woman though, so she says I'm guilty. She says I say like microaggressions a lot. I don't know. I don't think they're micros, honestly. We talk about it in the Discord. Sometimes Dan, I ask for a vector check. I was like, is that a micro? Or I caveat no micro. And then it mitigates all wrongdoing. Ho Chi Minh City. No idea where that is. No idea, honestly. What time is it there, though, is the question. Oh, the Fire Harpoons. Fire Harpoons. Awesome artwork on this one. Micro. Oh, my God. Don't tell her that one, Dan. I'll never live it down. 11 a.m. Next day, right? Is it July 12th over there? You got July 12th going on over there? Or is it I'm confused now because it's July 11th here after midnight. What day is it over there? What's the date there in Ho Chi Minh City? I got my Discord up. You guys been hearing those beeps? No one else joined the Discord? Do I got to spam that I got to spam that link tree again? You guys want a taste of that link tree? We did get a Poon Pegasus. Oh, it's 11th of July. All right. Same as us. Wait, you're telling me it's 11 a.m.? All right, yeah. All right. Yeah, it makes sense. It's a big difference, but Quagmire. Kaio. He's coming to Sorcery Con, baby. Kaio, he was just at Sorcery Fest, and now he's coming to the big show. Sorcery Con. How about that Ed Bear Jr., brother? The greatest showman, Ed Bear Jr. What do you mean you got a case from Hanoi? Oh, you lived in Korea for 2 years? That's sick, dude. How'd you pull that off? Must be in the military or something. But, yeah, I want to eat that food there. I want that food. My mother-in-law makes some banging Korean food. My wife makes good stuff, too. She's a good cook. She's got to tolerate me. It's a tough life she lives. She's got to deal with the Arthouse. She lives in the Arthouse. And with the Arthouse. Which reminds me, Chris Kraft. from Brazil. Brazil. Just eliminated from World Cup. He's shipping off the 3D board very soon, my friends. I might have the 3D board within a couple weeks. I'm going to eat some bibimbap on that 3D board. In a stone pot. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I hope I do open a curio, man. That'd be epic. Let's see. Do you see it? You guys see I got the Brahm original painting right there? That is the original painting. Right on my fingertip. Right there. The Brahm. Death Speaker Curio. The Yokai Kappas. Oh, the Boss Troll. No Curio Boss Troll, though. Who are we opening for? I don't even remember. Who was this for? Oh, Ganosha. For 10. Dude, we got to get you something, Ganosha. Korean. Yeah, there you go. Koreans and Italians, we have common interests. Except me and my wife is 0 in common. Less than 0. Like 0 minus. 0 minus is what we have in common. The noodles might be the only link. Maybe that's what it was. Although it pisses me off when she calls them noodles, or tells the kids they're noodles. That's a micro. That's a micro, actually. A microaggression is what I'm talking about. Dude, that's a banging artwork right there. That is hot. Alan Pollock. Chad of Chads. He's coming to Sorcery Con. You got to have a good Alan Pollock at Sorcery Con. He's the man. Lives in upstate New York, no less. Finger Lakes area. Or is it or he's by Albany, maybe? I think he's on the Finger Lakes, which I believe Albany is also close to. I was in Rochester, so I was uncultured. Dev butt. All right. Unlikely Alliance. I don't know what he's laughing about. I think there's a delay, so I don't even know. Maybe it's the microaggressions got him. Slinging the word noodles in my household. Ah, you got a noodle? That's what he's laughing about, scumbag Dan. Talking about noodles. Oh! You see that seer, guys? I always wanted the seer, guys. I always wanted to see her original painting, and I couldn't get it. You know why I wanted it? Because from day one of the Sorcery Community Facebook group, since day one, why did I close the Facebook group, by the way? Let me go back to it. Facebook Community. All right. Ever since day one, the image of the Sorcery Facebook group was a seer. I loved it. It was one of the first artworks that turned me on to the game. I was like, I got to get that painting someday. And it took a long time. It was hard, man. It was hard because I knew a guy owned it. He bought it early. So that's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. All right, guys. Show and tell. So I did get the Brahm, right? I did get the Brahm. This is the original painting of the Death Speaker Alpha Curio Brahm. It was painted in the 90s. It was used in Guardian CCG, painted by Gerald Brahm, Shadow Warrior. And that is the original painting, acquired 30-some years later. Which I now own, the one and only. Beautiful, right? Just chilling here. On top of the Avatar of Air original painting. But what I wanted to show you was the seer. I did it. I did it, baby. Look at that. I did it. You see that glare? This is wicked glare. I don't know why. That is the original. I got to do it like that because of the glare. I got it, though. I got it. That's the seer right there. Show him, Dan. Screenshot it, Dan. Okay, let me try to get a non-glare version for you. You can screenshot and go spam it somewhere. I don't know. You got too much glare with this. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna try like that. See, the glare is awful. Let me try to do. Maybe I got to try overhead cam. Hang on a second. I might have to get it reframed because that glass just is not doing it for me. I think I've shown this before. I don't know if you guys knew I had this one. But yeah, that's better. There you go. It's still got the glare, but that is the original painting of Dan Seagrave's Seer. I'm gonna have to re-glass it because that glass is not cutting it. I do have another Seagrave. Oh yeah. I do have another Seagrave. The Gilded Aegis. So that's a unique card. Is it dusty? Oh my god. Blasphemous. Anyway. Those are my two Seagraves right there. I love me some Seagrave as well. All right, guys. Thanks for the tangent. All right, so we have... You got... God, he kind of busted on this. You got 2 exceptionals and an ordinary. And the Seer. That's a tough one, Genosha. Sorry, brother. Maybe... I don't know, man. If you want to roll the dice again, maybe I'll give you a discount on the next one. I almost feel bad. I mean, I do feel bad. Not almost. I mean, that's what could happen sometimes. It's a tough draw, though, dude. I do feel bad about it. I feel like I got to give him something. What can I give this guy? I feel like I owe this guy something. I don't know, man. I'll think about it. I don't want to see someone bust like that. I also don't want to start a precedent where I got to give away something valuable every time someone busts. It's part of the YOLO aspect of a break. Yeah, I love that Seer, man. The Gilded Aegis is beautiful artwork as well. All right, Roberto's fellow art enthusiast, painting lover. This jacked up my neck though. I've been having these like irritations on my neck over here. It's very aggravating. All right, 3, 4, 5. You know what? A little tight too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, gents. Whoa! I was through the packs across the room. Yeah, thank you guys. I'm glad you like the artwork. And the Frank foil. It's about time we get that Frank foil. Any Frank will do? Any Frank will do ya? Should I do another alpha break next or sample pack? I got to be careful with the sample. Well, Mentalist is nice. I got to be careful with the sample packs because I don't want to run out and not be able to do breaks. Yeah, Ho Chi Minh City? Are you talking to me? I'll come to Ho Chi Minh City. How far of a flight would that be? I don't even know where it is on a map, to be honest. I'm very geographically challenged. I barely even know where Italy is. I really want to go back to Italy. But I'd love to go to any of the Asian countries, really. That'd be sick. That would be cool. It's nice to have that local connection, too. It'd be awesome. You're going to need some last pack magic, Roberto's. It's a tough one, man. This has got to be the one that has the Frank foil in it. I don't know. We hit a few banger uniques, non-foils, but no crazy foils yet. There is a foil in this pack. Oh, it's the lighthouse. Didn't we get 2 lighthouses? All right, so you got an exceptional dual land site. Beautiful lighthouse, too. Martha likes painting lighthouses. I'm trying to get orders to Avino. What does that mean? What does that even mean, DevBot? What is Avino? I don't even know what that is. Is that like a country? What is that? I've literally never heard of that. Very geographically challenged. All right. We're going to give you a spin here anyway, DevBot. Especially because you're DebBot on the label. Debbie Bot. I think you joined Patreon recently too, right? So I thank you for that. Glad you were able to get in and be a part of the break as well. And I wish you the best of luck, my friend. 10 packs. You're bringing the last 10 packs home. Almost a third of the box. I'm going to count them up, make sure they're all there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, Aviano. Oh, wow. That would be amazing. Elvira commented on my vid and said that Elementus was supposed to have a hood. She just forgot to add it, and Eric didn't catch it. Oh, yeah. I think I saw that comment. I think she likes your stuff, man. I saw. Did you see in the Sorcery Community Facebook group you posted your latest video? You posted in there, and she commented on that one. It was about the Chaos Wish. Yeah, your Chaos video. So she likes your stuff, man. That's cool. You'll be able to meet her at Sorcery Con. She's coming. She's awesome. I did a surprise. Thanks to Agent Paco, very considerate guy. He picked up this cake, and we sang Happy Birthday to Elvira. So if anyone that's in the Collector Arthouse Patreon, if you are in the paid tier Patreon, when you come to Sorcery Con, we always have an epic Patreon exclusive after party. So I went to the SCG Baltimore event. Actually, I've done this at other places too. When we went to SCG Baltimore, I rented out a private room at Fogo de Chao, which, if you guys don't know, it's a Brazilian steakhouse. Like, all you can eat. They come with the skewers, and they just keep pummeling you with meat. I got a private room. We had about 15, 20 different Patreon members there. And Ed Bear Jr. joined us with his wife. And we had an amazing private feast, drinks, the whole deal. And Ed ended up surprising us. We had special menus. Ed ended up sketching dragons on the back of every one of the menus for us. So we got that as kind of a souvenir and memento. But at Sorcery Con, I coordinated an after party. So at the Sorcery Con in Indianapolis this year, we had a private room again. We had catered food. We had we found a bakery in Indianapolis, and I spent like $1,000 on like all kinds of pastries. We had like 2 cakes, a red velvet cake, which ironically I think Elvira ended up saying was her favorite, and a carrot cake, or was carrot cake her favorite? I think it was red velvet. We had both of those cakes. We had like all these cookies. Agent Paco had these Collector Art House special cookies made. Dude, it was freaking awesome. Paco's the man. But yeah, my point is, if you're a Patreon supporter, I try to give back. We have a celebration. We get together in a smaller, intimate setting. I try to get artists involved. We have dinners. It's freaking awesome, guys. It's what life's all about. It's about the memories you make, the experiences. Never been to Sorcery Con, but hope to go one day. Dude, you got to come in February 18th to 21st, 2027 in Philly area. Yeah, you guys got to Immortal Throne. So I sold this one for Elvira. I resold it. I sold it twice. I sold it and the guy resold it, I think. That's a banger. The only alternate win condition in the alpha set. That's a nice hit. It's a nice hit, Dev. Yeah, Handlebar, you got to come out, dude. Sorcery Con is freaking epic. It's the greatest event in the world. Not even just in Sorcery. I believe it's the greatest event in Sorcery. It's the greatest event of all TCGs anywhere in the freaking world. It's amazing. And by the way, I was thinking about this earlier, like with talking with Ted. Do you know any other game where an artist, I mentioned this earlier, where an artist will just come on and hang out with like a YouTuber? I'm not like a massive YouTuber. I got like a modest following, right? Yeah, well, YouTube's not even really my thing, but I do have like a lot of like friendships with artists and stuff, and business relationships with artists too, in like an agent type capacity or collaborations of various kinds. But nevertheless, who else has done that in other games where they'll come onto YouTube and just casually hang out, open alpha, talk about whatever. It's new, and it's become normal in sorcery because it was the culture that was set on this channel from the very beginning. Go to, if you guys, after the show or tomorrow, if the time zone is jacked, look at the live tab at Collector Arthouse YouTube. Go click the most popular button, find my alpha break. It's got the most views, and the beta break event. When those sets came out, I had like 20 artists on the show. Cameos one after next. We opened alpha with them. So many freaking legends. Melissa Benson, Liz Danforth, Rodney Matthews, Severin Pino, Vincent Pompetti, Mikhail Nagy-Paul, Truett Parrish, Elvira Palakowska, Elvira Shakarova, Drew Tucker, Jeff Menges. Dude, it was Kyle Callahan's. Dude, is mind blowing. Matt Thames, Jesse Pelkis. I'm just gonna look at the cards and it'll remind me. It was so epic. It was stunning, and I surprised everybody. I was like, guys, I'm just gonna have like a special alpha break with some surprises, and I didn't tell anyone there's gonna be sorcery artists. All the sorcery artists was rolling in one after the next. They were popping up on the screen, and it was just the most profound thing. Even the company was stunned. I was trying to get Eric on the show. He didn't even respond to me. I was like, dude, you could please make a cameo on my freaking show? He didn't respond. I had Simon on at the top of the show. At the end of the show, Eric surprised me. All of a sudden, he was backstage, and he came on. Tony Solo was on. I think Simon was like, Eric, this is a big deal. You got to get in on it. You got to make an appearance. So he roped him in, and I'm eternally grateful to both of those guys. Simon knows what to do, man. It's good looking out with that guy. He's got the business savvy. He was good with the community. He really tried to. He really saw the value proposition and what everyone was bringing to the table, not just the game players, everyone, and was inclusive of the collectors, the art enthusiasts. And this is the premier art enthusiast channel, really. Trying to connect the artists with community members and fans. It's a tough one, DevBot. Did we not get any foils? What the heck happened here? We have 3 packs left, brother. 3 packs, or else it's consolation time. That's how we all got sucked in? Yeah. Oh, no, Cal Nagy-Paul is Lord. Yeah, man. That was such a special freaking show. I'm so proud of that. I'm going to watch it back, man. And the beta one, telling you, Francesca Berald was on the show. She showed us her original paintings from beta, all the avatars. Oh my God. It was so freaking epic. Both of them, both of the shows were wild. Heat in the last 3. What's up, user? I don't see you around Discord too much, user. You been good? You been busy? You like casual to floats in and out? Or you just not like wasting your time on Discord too much? Dude, it's got to be last pack magic. You got 10 packs. You didn't get a single freaking foil. This was a weird box. We hit that Death Dealer and Core early on, and then it got weird. So, I do have a brand new case we can get into. Not a single foil? Dude, DevBot. What are we going to do about this? Dude. It's not good. Hey, DevBot. Who's your favorite artist? Who's your favorite artist, DevBot? Yeah, last time packs were bad. I was bit by something here, man. My leg is jacked up. And my leg's jacked. DevBot, give me an artist name from Alpha Set. It can't be Frank. It's got to be someone else. I don't have a Frank. Can you think of any other artist? All of them. All of them. Let me see here. Who else do you like? Fall asleep on the job. Dealer's choice? All right, hang on. Let me see. The bullfrog. All right, hang on. What's okay? Making it tough here. I need like a card or an artist, or what's something interesting? Jeff Easley. Got an Easley. Princess Wizard's pretty hot. How about a let's see, you want an Easley? Easily. All right, that's what we're gonna do. It's a pretty sick artwork here. Pick Brom. That's hilarious. All right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you this. This is one of the first print playtest cards printed by Eric Olofsson that I've been giving away, or not giving away. I've been auctioning these in my auctions lately. So this is the legend Jeff Easley Spectral Stalker, sick artwork, printed by Eric in New Zealand, years before Alpha released. It's got the Lovecraftian. It's got the Lovecraft flavored text. We live in a placid island of ignorance in the midst of black seas of infinity, and it was not meant that we should voyage far. All right, so I'm going to give you this card here, man, since you got wrecked on the 10 packs. These cards are going, as you know, they open at auction for $200. Most of them, I'd say, are probably going for $300 on average. You get banger cards that sell for quite a bit. I think that Grim Reaper is going to be sick. That is a hot card. But I'm going to give you this card. It's probably worth probably at least $200 to $300 is probably what the market value is. So you don't get absolutely crushed on this break. No, it's all right. I feel too bad about it. To not get even like a single foil is terrible. So that'll be, you'll know because that was the only card that was in the top loader when you receive it. All right, guys, we've been going for 3 hours. I should have killed it before 3 hours to kind of not get destroyed there. Crushed on this brick. It was fun, guys. Dan, I don't know if you missed it earlier. I'm going to showcase really quick again, really quick. The Pietro. So I'm doing something unprecedented this week. I'm showing all the cards that are being auctioned this week ahead of time, because I'm going to have some family time this week. And I'm going to I took pictures of all the auctions. I got it all organized of what's going to be coming up this week. So you're going to have the slabbed Pietro de Cero in honor of PCG coming to Sorcery Con. We're going to have the play test. Dan, I don't know if you saw this. I have a play test half size, not quarter size, half size frog tokens. First print play test by Eric. That is going to be coming up for auction. The big one going Sunday to Friday will be the Grim Reaper playtest card. Unique. So that is a monster. That's coming up. We're going to have the Riptide Artist Proof Rubber Ducky. The beautiful white-capped ocean waves and the unassuming, unwary Rubber Ducky. Sees no harm, sees no evil by Marta Molina. The Red Mane, which people did not vote for. Not the Red Mane, right? You wanted the Heretics this week. So the Red Mane will come up later in the week. And that is an artist proof by Jussie Pilkus with a sick painting on the back. The Rubber Ducky's awesome. And then already underway this weekend, ending Sunday night at 9 p.m. is the Heretics of Seth. with the incredible AP painting that reminds you of the magician he did, right? This is awesome. And the Merlin's Tower artist proof is also ending Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern with the reimagined alternate art and the matching original painting. Excuse me. I just burped. I did. I don't know why. I don't know why that happened. The reimagined Merlin's Tower. Look how stunning this painting is. Look how incredible this painting is. Will you just take a look at it? It's like immaculately done. It's like Bob Ross showed up, slapped some tree bushes in there, and just plopped down the tower right in the middle. Look at the waters. Look at that water. She's so masterful. And then the streak of light across the middle, creating that like eerie aspect. It's almost like a gothic interpretation of the Merlin's Tower. Just brilliantly done. And then she has the insane talent to be able to wholly recreate it in small form factor as an artist proof. Even with the dash of light, the dash of mist, to kind of really create that eerie vibe of the Merlin's Tower in the swamplands. The ravens soaring overhead. It's brilliantly done. She's so good. It's better than the original. The original is almost overly fantasized. Too fantasy is what I'm getting at. But it's probably appropriate for the game, honestly, for the Arthurian Legends set. But this is just incredible. It's so well done. It's going to display great. Just needs a nice little frame. You could take it to the border. You could add like a color border, or you could just frame right to the edge with even a simple black frame would be tremendous on this. Or you go with a thin liner, whatever you want. You could even frame it with the artist proof. Or you could play with it. So that's it, guys. It was a great show. Appreciate Ed Bear Jr. Appreciate Destiny. Appreciate all of you guys. We had like over 60 people at Peak tonight. It was a ton of fun. It always is. It's always unpredictable. We usually get some good stories in. Let me know in the Discord if you want to do like another alpha break or I don't know. I'll look at current market prices. If we need to adjust, fine. I did 70 at this one because like there were boxes selling. We had that $3,300 box. A lot of listings between 2.5 and 3K, and there were boxes selling around 2.5 as I recall, and maybe they've faded a little bit. So I'll adjust price lower if that's the case. I'll have to look, but we'll do another alpha break. Maybe in a week, maybe next Friday, maybe week after. I don't know. We'll see. Let me know if you're interested. I love doing the live shows. It's a lot of fun. I think I want to have Tony Sudlow on. So maybe I'll line something up with Sudlow and see if we could get something popping. Have a great night, guys. Have a great weekend. And we'll talk to you soon. Sorcery Community Facebook group, Collect Arthouse Discord. Come join the conversation. Take care. Have a great weekend.